If you want a better deal, go see Strong. Savings that are real, go see Strong. We want everyone to know Strong is the place to go. Go see Strong, go see Strong, go see Strong.
StrongVW.com.
Hey there, it's Katie for short. A little while ago, I was in a couple of accidents that caused a lot of injuries, so I called the advocates for help. They instantly told me I had a case, and I sent them all the information I had. As soon as I did that, I didn't have to do anything else but get better. They would check in every so often to make sure I was doing okay, and as soon as I was back to my good old self, we started pushing for a settlement. It was the
I sponsor what we're doing right here?
Sure.
Yeah, please do.
X96 proud to present the Strong VW Sandy concert series this August and September at Rio Tinto Stadium, featuring Dirty Heads with Sublime with Rome, Corey Taylor of Slipknot, Son Holo.
Is that all we're doing now?
Yeah, there's Rit Momney.
There's Rit Momney
and Son Holo.
And
Atmosphere in Cypress Hill, Revolution. Get tickets and details at x96.com and livenightevents.com, presented by Icon.
Jindiana Eons?
Jones?
No, that doesn't.
That one doesn't work.
I think what we're doing here.
An elegant way of wasting time. It's Farting Around with Radio from Hell on X96.
You know, a couple of things here. I may try one of these bully sticks
I
here
don't
in a
think
second.
you should do that.
Well, Gina, the more you say that, the more I think, well, I think I ought to do that.
If we're going to do this, it should be a contest.
How's that?
Contest.
I'll give you one, and I'll give Hudson one at the same time, and we'll see who eats it first. You got to finish it.
Hudson is your dog.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I don't really think I would want to finish it, but I'm curious as to what an animal might find interesting in it.
You know, you've done this before. We had our dog food taste test that Bill did.
Yeah, I did that.
And
that wasn't a bully stick.
No.
No.
Which is a cured, chewy bull's.
It's dehydrated.
Penis. Yeah, bull's penis.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, but I before I get to that, I just wanted to point out, you know, I'm kind of dense about stuff.
Oh.
I don't see the obvious sometimes. Now I want to thank the guy who was it Dave?
Dave, I think.
Who called earlier and said, "I'm at the Wendy's drive-thru. You want some of the the breakfast?" And we said, "Sure." I didn't really think he was going to do it, but Dave he did. He delivered.
He did.
He delivered Wendy's
did
sandwiches.
he think he was delivering him to a country station?
No, I don't think so. I think he knows that this is X96 and Radio from Hell, Gina. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been here.
Just surprised he listened and heard something we said and took action. I'm surprised all of that.
But and apparently Dave is an insightful person as well.
Oh,
he I don't want to say what he is insightful about, but he's very insightful about things that may or may not happen to this radio show.
yes.
I'm not insightful, and here's the best example of that. My ex-wife called me or texted me a few days ago and said, "Your eldest daughter and I are going to be in Salt Lake. We're going to stay overnight, and would you like to meet us for dinner?
Oh,
Meet us for dinner, all of you. You know, my current
Old
wife,
family, new family.
old family,
Whole
new
family.
family. Meet us for dinner."
the whole family.
Yeah, and I said to my wife, my current wife, which by the way, she's also my last wife.
There will be no wives.
No, there will be no
If
wives.
she leaves you,
Yeah.
there's not going to be another.
I'm done too.
Yeah, no, I would never.
It takes so much effort.
It does, man.
I would never have another wife. So I asked her about it. She said, "Oh, sure, okay, let's do that." And so I said, "You bet. We'll all be there for dinner. We'll meet you at 5:30." And so we forth. And so I was looking, and I thought, well, that's kind of nice. I wonder why they're coming to Salt Lake. I wonder why they're staying overnight in Salt Lake. And then I looked at my calendar a couple of days later, and I realized, July 13th is my daughter's birthday.
You didn't realize that immediately?
No, I didn't. I'm dense. You know, I just thought, they're coming to Salt Lake. Okay, well, we'll have dinner. Okay. But then I thought, well, I wonder why they're coming to Salt Lake. And a few days later, I'm looking at my calendar and go, oh, that's why. I see. I get it. So
Well, it came to you. It was slow, but it eventually worked its way.
Exactly.
Now, what would have been terrible is if you didn't realize that until the dinner, and then went, you know.
Well, so when the server came to the table and said, "Are
we celebrating anything?
Are we celebrating anything? Is anyone here having a birthday?" and then if my daughter had said, "Yeah, it's my birthday," and I. Oh, yeah!
That's right. It is your birthday. I knew that.
So I'm dense. So, Gina, don't you think
Yes.
I want to know what you think about this.
Okay.
Don't you think a dense person like me would be the perfect person to chew on a bully stick?
No. I think it might damage your brain cells further. I think it might not be.
No, it won't.
No?
No?
I don't think it'd damage my brain cells.
He's intensely curious about these bully sticks.
Well, maybe
go to x96.com/live. And I'll show you what we're talking.
I don't know.
Smell
I'm thinking we should do this later in the show because if you have some sort of bad reaction to it,
oh yeah,
that might not
that's
be.
True. That's true.
That is true. We
There's a bag of them. Yeah.
Can I smell them?
They're gross.
Like.
Yeah. Let me just smell one. What do you mean they're gross?
They smell gross.
They do smell gross.
My dog likes them.
Yeah.
They ooh.
Yeah.
They look gross.
Yeah.
Now, because I can't stand the smell of those,
I
I buy my dog, they're bully slices, not bully sticks. But you can get them that are French toast flavored.
What?
So they smell like French toast.
I'm not getting any particular.
Well, add water.
Oh, I could see
because they're dehydrated.
Yeah, I could see that some.
Once the dog slobber hits it.
Yeah. He doesn't know I have this out yet, does he?
I don't think so.
Okay, good.
He's acting concerned toward me.
I want to put this back
Right
so
now.
that he doesn't come and bug me.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think I'll put that in my mouth.
Yeah, probably not.
Do you want me to bring you one of the French toast ones? You'd probably like that.
Yeah, it might be sweet.
What's the? I don't
The
know.
point of it is for people like me that have dogs that don't want to smell these. I don't mind the smell of the French toast. It's not that my dog likes the flavor of French toast.
Well, what does the dog? Does the dog sit on your lap and chew it? How do you? What is it? You
She's
smell
in the
it?
room. We
And
have a
it's that
system.
It's that
She
odoriferous.
She gets in the evening after dinner. Joe goes into the reading room and has a scotch. And
What are you guys?
Ascot and everything.
Are you guys? Do you guys live in a television show of some sort?
while I do the dishes, he goes in and has a
Big
scotch.
leather chair.
Let's figure out the most pretentious way we can live, shall we?
And then I look at Riley and I say, would you like a nightcap?
And see, it happens exactly this way every single day.
And she looks at me and knows right where the bully slices are. I said, would you like a nightcap? And she walks over to where the bully
Yes,
slices are.
please.
And I give her French toast bully slice, and she has a bed that's right next to Joe's chair. And she curls up there, and he has his scotch, and she has her bully slice.
The only thing that's missing from this picture is there a roaring fire?
Yes, if it's cold outside, but that's what we call treats in our house, is a nightcap. Is it time for your nightcap?
And then what do? You have a Pop-Tart?
No, then I'm doing the dishes while all that's happening.
Oh, I see. So
They retire to the reading room while I do the dishes.
while the scullery maid
Yes.
is in the skull.
Yes. He cooks the dinner. I do we have a system. We have a system.
Well, this has been
This has been Farting Around with Carrie, Bill, and Gina on X96,
Might have
Radio
been.
from Hell.
Might have been better off playing some music there. I don't know.
Probably.
We probably would have.
we should have took the second exit as opposed to the third.
It would have been more interesting to people if we'd played a country song.
A country song, probably.
Yeah.
People love country.
People love country.
Yeah, that's all the rage. That's all anyone is listening to
Apparently.
right at this moment.
Yeah. Oh, we have Boners Round 1 coming up. I do know that.
Yes, what do we have?
The candidates are genital contamination.
Wow.
Number 2, we don't want your kind in Hooper. And number 3, woke Coke.
Boners Round 1, Big Boy News and Opinioendo, all coming up after these. Stand by for all of that. BigOTires.com.
The team you trust, Big O Tires, please, 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 don't buy tires anywhere else.
Why would you? You get the best price at Big O.
Yeah, and they're all over the place. They treat you well. They are great people. Well, they're the team you trust.
And they have, right now, you can save up to $150 off select sets of tires with your Big O credit card. They also have the pay nothing today financing option, which is great. Needing tires, sometimes that's a planned event, but sometimes it can hit you out of the blue and you're not prepared for it. Big O's prepared to help you.
Yes, they are. Now, they're locally owned and operated. I would suggest you find the one, the Big O Tire store that's in your neighborhood. Get to know them. Buy your tires there. They do all kinds of other stuff for your car as well. They do belt tightening and oil changing and all of that.
I go to the one on 33rd South there, right across from the comic book store.
So just go to bigotires.com.
Oh, traffic. Gina, good heavens, I forgot. Do we have anything?
Yeah, friends of the program, because they're listening. I didn't think anyone was.
No, no one is listening. They're all listening to country music right now.
Traffic lights, Bangor and California Avenue, back up and running. Thank you. Also, the speed traps are still out today. There's actually a news story yesterday I saw about this.
What's going on?
They're just doing a big push. So slow down, everybody. They're out there looking for you.
Okay. Thank you very much.
I think they should be vaccinating people.
They should, instead of pulling people over and vaccinate them. Yeah. There you go.
Every single
program, Carrie and Bill. And let's see, it's time to check out the answering machine. Have you...
Yeah, go ahead and access it. We have an answering machine here at work because, well, we don't like personal calls at home. I use my phone at home for outgoing calls only.
Hi there, you've reached the offices of Carrie and me, Bill, the Radio from Hell guys. And if you have anything to say to us, we're not picking up, so wait for the beep.
Usually these calls come in after hours. I mean, after we're not here, that is.
After like 1 or 2.
It's rewinding.
Yeah.
Hi, Mr. Allred. This is Dr. Arnold's office calling.
Oh.
I have what I hope is good news for both you and Samantha. Samantha's definitely pregnant.
Hey.
She's a very healthy bitch, so we anticipate no problems.
What?
She's about a month along.
Good.
So she should deliver in about 2 months. Our
No.
office will be open until 5 p.m., so please try to pick her up before then. We'll have her well-groomed and ready to go.
Well-groomed?
I didn't tell you guys I got a
Thank
Chihuahua,
you.
did I?
It's a chihuahua.
It's a little. I got a new little dog.
Oh, they're so cute.
I know you got little beady eyes.
Yeah, they are.
Gonna have
Hi,
pups.
Carrie. This is Libby Weaver from Fox News.
Oh.
Hey, would you stop leaving your underwear in my mailbox?
Again?
If you don't stop,
Carrie.
I'm going to have to call the police, Carrie. Bye.
Yeah.
Yes, this is the in vitro fertilization clinic at the University of Utah calling for Ralph Allred. Mr. Allred, we have the sperm sample you left with us yesterday, and, well, I'm not sure what to say here. The sample you left with us, it's not human. Please
Bill,
return our call.
Bill, you're supposed to
I didn't understand.
leave yours. Not... Never mind.
Hi, Carrie. This is Shauna Parsons from Fox News. Listen, you've got to stop leaving your underwear in my mailbox. This is getting absolutely
turn this
ridiculous.
off?
I have called the Salt Lake Police, and there is a restraining order against you, so wise up.
Can we turn
Bye.
this off, please?
Way to go, Carrie.
None of any...
Add it
Bill?
again.
It's Chunga. I got my big toe caught in the water spout of the tub again, and I can't get it out.
Again?
I've been here for about 2 hours, and I'm lonely, and the water's too cold. Bill, I ran out of beer, and I'm down to my last cigar.
This happens to
Now,
you.
I know you said that last time this happened, you wouldn't help me again, but everybody else has said that too.
That's right.
Can you come over?
No.
Please?
No.
Well, I see...
make sure you bring some soap, okay?
Well, I see you got out okay.
Well,
I mean...
finally...
Again, you did this.
Mike Summers came and got me out.
Well, how nice of him to do.
He brought some soap and...
How nice.
Your little sponge bag.
Yeah.
All right.
Gary, Al Bain from K-Bear calling.
Oh, Al Bain.
Look, do me a favor. Quit leaving your underwear in my mailbox.
And
I know they're yours because I don't know anybody else that wears Ren and Stimpy and Simpson's underwear. So I know they're yours. Wouldn't mind as much if they weren't soiled, but quit leaving.
The little problem is back, eh?
I was wondering what that was in my mailbox, Carrie.
Way to go.
You're sick.
Night.
See, it's 7:21 right now.
Wow.
And it is time for round one of your boners. Here we go. 3 news stories. These are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. And you will decide with your votes. Of these 3 candidates, which one is the worst? Which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day? I say possibly because this is round 1. If it wins here, yes, it secures a spot in Boner Dome. It has a chance to be boner of the day. But coming up at 8:20, we do this again with 3 more candidates. We get another winner there as well. So we'll take the winner of each round and put them together at 9:20 this morning. That's when you'll decide boner of the day. That's when boner fight happens. And then right after that, sweeping in here like a Texas politician, he takes away your vote. He's Dave the Flower Guy, and he tells you who won boner of the week because he has the right to do that.
Yes, he does.
Appointed by him.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right.
So here we go with round 1. 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, you will vote. One of you lucky random boner voters will receive
a can't buy it, gotta win it Radio from Hell boner t-shirt.
Before we get to boner candidate number 1, I've been excuse me.
Oh, really?
What?
About the TV show. I said that Omar Sy is the star of. I said it was called Lupin. It's not Lupin. It is Lupin.
Lupin?
Because it's French for
yeah.
wolf, I believe. All right. So I thank you for that. I did know that, but...
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Pardonnez-moi.
But then they go on to say it's based on a Japanese anime series.
Yes.
Called Lupin.
Lupin the Third, I think.
3, the third. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Boner candidate number 1, genital contamination.
Yeah.
How does that happen?
We just ate some food that was delivered to us by an unknown person.
You guys did, I didn't.
DoorDash's driver's next run might be from the law after social media showed him digging his bare hands into a Chipotle order meant for a Brooklyn cop to leave the cop a handwritten note implying that he had contaminated the meal that he was delivering in a much worse way than just digging into it with his hands. I hope that, and then there's a very vulgar word for male genitalia. I hope that tastes good, bitch, read the small note, misspelling the word for the male genitalia. In the short video clip posted to Facebook on Monday, shows the driver reaching into an open container of what appears to be a burrito bowl to bury the note under shredded cheese and lettuce. The video also shows a screenshot from the DoorDash app with instructions to deliver the order to the 61st Precinct Station House on Coney Island. Police sources say that it wasn't immediately clear whether the cop to whom the order was intended sampled the food before realizing that it had been contaminated, but DoorDash is just, beside themselves with anger and upset. They haven't identified the driver, but they certainly have said this person will never drive for us again. Boner candidate number 1, genital contamination. I trust Dave, though, the guy who gave her the sandwiches. Here's boner candidate number 2. We don't want your kind in Hooper. Hooper, Utah. Or Hooper, Utah.
No, it's
Hooper.
I know it's Hooper. But some of you who are new to the state might see it and think it's Hooper. It should be Hooper, but it's not. It's Hooper. A Hispanic family in Hooper have become the target of a racist, hate-filled letter. The family say they no longer feel welcome in their Hooper neighborhood. It's too bad that your kind has moved into our neighborhood and brought you into our city, and you're dirty, sloppy people.
Makes me
reads
so
the first sentence in the letter. The anonymous letter showed up in the mailbox of the Morales family this week. Faced with racist and offensive stereotypes, the family says, we don't... They say that they are living in this place because Fernando Morales and his siblings and parents moved to Hooper from Ogden about 4 years ago. We moved to Hooper because my mom always dreamed of living in this area because it's so nice, Fernando said, of Hooper. But the note goes on to say, you know nothing about work. Go back to Mexico. That's where you belong. Adios. I was like, damn, this is just crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't know we had neighbors felt that way. Now, I'm guessing that the Morales family has neighbors that like them just fine. And, you know, and this is one disgruntled, awful person.
And it's a very distinct writing style. I would think that you would be able
It
to...
looks like a woman's handwriting. I don't know why I
You
think
go
that,
to
but-
x96.com/live. You can see a copy of the letter right now.
Seems like it would be easy to trace. But
The comments of the mayor of Hooper, I think, are a little tepid. Mayor Dale Flowers of Hooper says, I think it's pretty sad. Mayor Flowers does not condone the letter. The small city is 97% white, 7% Hispanic or Latino. The mayor says, this idea of just doing something anonymous and not letting them know who wrote the letter and what their concerns were, well, I think there is a lot better way of doing things. Honestly, I would just like to talk to them, like, why do you... Oh, no, that's Fernando saying that.
Oh.
But don't you think that's a kind of a tepid response from the mayor?
Mm-hmm.
The idea of doing this anonymously and not letting them know who wrote the letter and what their concerns were. Yeah, that's much...
That's like the mayor saying everything in this letter is true.
It may be true, but why don't you talk to them directly?
Yeah.
Anyway, boner candidate number 2, we don't want your kind in Hooper.
Ogden y Lago Salado es X96 con Kerry, Bill y China, Radio del Infierno en la mañana.
All right. Actually, the Morales family says we're going to do a block party for Pioneer Day for the whole neighborhood.
Oh,
nice.
Good.
All right.
All right. Candidate number 3 coming up.
Oh, yeah, coming up. It's Woke Coke.
All right. We'll have that for you after this big boy news and opinnuendo brought to you by
Moochie's would like to thank their loyal customers for supporting their locally owned and operated business. Moochie's has been voted Best of Utah for over 17 years. Dine-in, delivery, and pickup available.
Okay.
Ashton Kutcher was supposed to go into outer space.
He was?
Yeah. He bought a ticket.
I'm all for shooting him into space.
He bought a ticket on that Virgin
right into the sun.
Galactic. Yeah. He bought that Virgin Galactic. That he had a ticket.
He had a ticket, but he didn't go.
He didn't do it. Why didn't he do it? Because his nagging wife,
his wife who loves him,
Mila Kunis, said, "Don't you do this? Do not do it." He was supposed to be on the next flight.
Oh,
but he said, "I won't be. I'm not going to do it." So, because his wife is nagging him.
She loves him.
Henpecked. And then porn star Stormy Daniels. You remember her?
Mm-hmm.
She is set to sell merch for I Hate God.
What?
At the band. It's a band.
Oh.
EYE.
Oh,
and it's all one word. EYEHATEGOD. I Hate God. At the band's, and I'll bet they're just great. At the band's upcoming shows in New Orleans.
Don't, Carrie.
What? Okay.
I think that's probably not a wise idea.
I was going to look them up.
I know.
No, look them up.
Well, I don't.
Look them up.
Well, we'll see.
They are. It says here they are an American sludge metal band.
Don't think you should.
They're heading out on a number of headline dates in September before linking up with Guar and Napalm Death. And Stormy Daniels, who is the porn star that Donald Trump had Congress with, she's going to be selling merch at their show. You could look up the lyrics and see, you know.
They have songs called Southern Discomfort, Medicine Noose.
Yeah, okay.
A History of Nomadic Behavior. That's the name of the album.
I like that.
Yeah. Dope Sick. Yeah, I'm not going to play any of these.
I'm going to go home and listen to them.
Yeah, do that.
And I'm going to do that right after the news, as a matter of fact. All right, so more news here now. COVID-19 cases surging in all 49 states. In all 49 states. There are 50 states. They're surging in 49 of them as vaccination rates lag. Turning the tide will require Americans to, quote, do something dramatic to protect our country, says one expert.
It's too bad we don't have a vaccine or anything that could help curb this.
Do something dramatic? What? Go to the pharmacy
we're
and get a shot for free?
We're seeing this become the public misunderstood the CDC guidance for fully vaccinated people as, quote, we can now do whatever we want, even if we are unvaccinated. We can now behave as if we are vaccinated, said CNN medical analyst Dr. Leanna Wen.
No, they never said that.
No, they didn't.
That's how people are acting.
She's saying that's how people are acting. That's not what you should be doing. COVID-19 cases are surging in nearly every state, with the average of new cases at least 10% higher than a week ago. 38 states are seeing at least a 50% increase, according to data from Johns Hopkins University. And I mean, I hate to, and I'm not the only one who said it. We're not the only ones who said it. As things started to open up so quickly, I know I thought and said, and we all did, this may not go well.
Mm-hmm.
This may not go well because people are just behaving
stupid,
as though there's nothing wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Extreme drought.
Mm-hmm.
The current conditions are so severe in Utah, with 3 months of the state's irrigation season remaining. Reservoir levels are lower now than they were at the end of 2020, last October. We are no longer, excuse me, we are, I had to, I hate it when the computer, you're reading something on the computer and then the computer says, oh, you should do this, and it pops up.
I know better than you.
Yeah. We're no longer pulling our water stored from this year's runoff. Instead, we're relying on water that has been stored in our reservoirs during previous years. We're pulling water from our emergency savings, said Utah Department of Natural Resources Executive Director Brian Steed. Nobody knows how long this drought will last, so it's vital that we avoid using our water stock too quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Governor Cox says that we have enough water for right now, and we have enough water for this year. But if we don't get the stores of water replenished, and presumably that would be this coming winter, we are in extremely bad shape. We will be in big, big trouble.
Yeah.
Right now we're okay, but if we don't get a good winter, we're.
Well, I saw pictures, comparison pictures of the Hoover Dam yesterday. When it's full, and
Lake Mead.
Yeah, and it's dramatically low.
Yeah, it's just horrible. I don't know. We didn't talk about this yesterday, I don't think, and it's a sort of a sports story. But the Department of Justice has been looking into this and says the FBI made fundamental errors while they were investigating the Larry Nassar sex abuse case. The errors that they made allowed him to go on abusing gymnasts.
I didn't see this story.
The Officer of Inspector General released a long-awaited report on Wednesday that assessed the FBI's mishandling of the Nassar case. Nassar, who is serving life in prison on charges of child sex abuse, was first reported to the FBI in 2015 after 3 national gymnasts, including Olympian Simone Biles, also Ali Raisman, said that he sexually abused them under the guise of medical treatment. The FBI did not take any significant action on that until at least a year later, allowing Nassar to abuse dozens of more victims during that time. The Department of Justice Office of the Inspector General found that senior officials in the field office of the FBI failed to respond to those allegations. And they should have jumped right on it, and they didn't. And I don't know what the justification for that is. Why? I don't know. What can you say? Oh, yeah, our bad. Sorry. I mean, what can you say about it? And then, Carrie, you really should... I'll post this video if I can find it and get it going. There's a guy performing a magic trick for an orangutan.
Yes.
And did you see it?
And the orangutan is amazing.
Is just loves this magic. Yeah. And it's a dumb magic trick. I mean, it's not
How'd you do that?
It's make the ball disappear kind of thing.
And this orangutan is just like, holy hell! That's amazing. And a cheeky monkey in India, has proved that primates possess more human characteristics than we might realize. This monkey broke into a liquor store and got a bottle of booze and got drunk. There it is. There's a clip of the monkey, and he's a macaque.
Monkeys.
A macaque, and he's sitting on the counter of the liquor store with a bottle of booze in his hand and just getting wasted.
Monkeys.
Macaque.
Weather, traffic.
Okay, so it was kind of nice last night. Got a little cloudy. Maybe you saw some spotty sprinkles at your house. A little bit of disturbance in the air. Even though not a lot happened, it was just nice to have something different. Could have a little bit of that again tonight. Isolated thunderstorms and partly cloudy. High of 97 today. Tomorrow 99 and then we just creep right back up over 100. By Sunday, we'll be at 102. Let's see. That is brought to you by, right now, save up to $150 off select sets of tires with your Big O credit card. Don't forget to take advantage of the pay nothing today financing options at Big O Tires, the team you trust. Traffic, friend of the program, says the speed traps are still out today. There were a lot of them out yesterday, Mountain View Corridor especially. There's even a news story about it last night, so I think they're trying to, they're cracking down.
I wish they would, everybody that they pull over, they give them a ticket and vaccinate them.
Yeah. Another friend of the program says northbound I-15 at 90th off to the right. Motorcycle cop pulled over a hearse. He was probably speeding. If you see something like that, you can text it to us, 33986. If you want a better deal, go see Strong. Strong Volkswagen. Want a lifetime warranty? Go see Strong. Car washes, no charge. Go see Strong. Get details and unlock stronger pricing at strongvw.com.
Boner candidate number 3, woke Coke. Drug dealers have been targeting middle-class users lately with what they're calling ethically sourced cocaine. Wealthy users are shelling out a fortune for the upmarket's sniff, as they call it in Britain, to suit their vegan organic lifestyles, according to one former soap star actress. Britons have reportedly been behind a rise in demand for critically and ethically sourced cocaine, which they have dubbed woke Coke. The product is sold with tags including environmentally friendly and ethically sourced cocaine, with promises that it is produced by well-paid farmers. But experts have warned that there's nothing to back these claims, and they are simply a very clever marketing ploy, but it's still snagging people saying, wow, I'm using just ethically sourced cocaine. It's not as addictive as the other cocaine, because the other cocaine has additives. This cocaine might even be good for you. It's woke Coke. Boner candidate number 3.
All right, let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1, genital contamination. A DoorDash driver in Brooklyn contaminating a cop's Chipotle order using his genitals. And boner candidate number 2, we don't want your kind in Hooper. A Hispanic family up in Weber County, the little community of Hooper, receiving an anonymous racist letter. And boner candidate number 3, woke Coke.
Okay, here we go. This is round 1 of your boners for today. You've got to decide if which one of these 3 candidates is the worst, which one deserves to go forward to boner fight, and possibly become boner of the day. Winning here does not make it boner of the day. It'll have to defeat the winner of round 2's voting. What's that you say? Yes, round 2 at 8:20. We get 3 more candidates. We do this again. We get another winner of that round. We take the winner of each round and put them against each other at 9:20 this morning. That's when boner fight happens. That's when you'll decide boner of the day. Okay? And then after that, it's boner of the week. We'll get to that. Right now, you just need to concentrate on this round 1. Pick one of these 3 candidates to send forward. 1, 2, or 3. Remember your candidate number, the one that you think should win. Put that single digit, that number, in the message of a text. Text it to 33986. Or you can call the producer's booth. Miriam will take your voice vote at 877-602-9696. Or go online, x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner Voting July 16, 2021, and vote there. You have until the end of these messages. That's just about 4.5 minutes is all, so let's get to it. This is round one.
It is the 23rd century. Humans have left the lowly confines of planet Earth and have sought their destiny among the stars. While many things have changed, one constant remains: the need for young men to venture forth and do the work of the Lord. This is the tale of two such men who at the age of 19 have answered the call of their general authorities and are embarking on a 2-year mission to spread the gospel throughout the galaxy. This is the story of Space Elders! In this episode, we find our missionaries tracting underground on Janus 6. Wow, would you look at these caverns? They're incredible.
You sure we have the right planet?
Yeah, I am. Janus 6. Why, Jas?
Oh, just because this planet is uninhabited, that's all.
Well, I'm sure that Zone Leader Hansen had a good reason to send us here.
Yeah, like all the residents of this planet were killed by some unknown force, and he's hoping that we stumble upon it.
Now, Butch, you be nice. Hey, looky here. Perfectly round, shiny rocks.
Hey, a collection of bowling balls. Well, maybe there is life on this planet after all.
I don't think those are bowling balls. Hey, you shouldn't be touching those.
Well, you're right. They ain't bowling balls. The weight's all wrong, and they don't have holes drilled in them. Hey, you hear that?
You mean the menacing sound of a big rock sneaking up on us?
Yeah. What do you think it is?
Well, from the looks of it, I'd say it's a big rock sneaking up on us.
What the flip?
Oh, you better put down the bowling ball real slow and easy, Butch. I don't think the big rock that's been sneaking up on us likes the way you're handling it, and it's staring at us, too.
Okay, here you go.
It's backing off. Excuse me, Mr. or Mrs. Big Rock. I'm Elder Christiansen, and this is Elder Jensen.
Hi. Hey, look, it's burning some words into the cavern floor. Me, Horta, these my babies. No kill I. Hey, she's friendly, and she has kids, so it means she must be married.
Mrs. Horta, we represent the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
You know, the Mormons. Hey, she just crossed out the no from no kill I.
Oh, so much for being a friendly rock.
Looks like this might just be a time to make an exit there, Lehigh. Let me just grab one of these little rocks as a souvenir. My cousin would love to have a real live pet rock.
I don't think she wants you to have one of our babies, Butch. Look out! Is this the end of our missionaries? Will Butch get to send a pet rock home to his cousin? Will Lehigh make him put it back? Is it legal to bowl with a silicone-like form egg? To find out the answers to these questions, tune in next time to hear Butch say...
Okay, lady, back off or the little rock gets it.
Now, Butch, that's no way to talk to a prospective convert. Now give her back her baby. On the next bone-chilling episode of Space Elders!
poo.
Made from?
Horse milk.
Horse milk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's not okay.
Let's see, 747. Let's award round one of your boners.
And round one of the boner voting is brought to you in part by a delicious Asian noodle salad.
And University Federal Credit Union's Visa Rewards card offers up to 5 times the rewards along with industry best travel rebates. Apply today at ucreditu.com.
We had boner candidate number 1. We don't, genital contamination. Probably that one would have done extremely well had it not been for boner candidate number 2. We don't want your kind and hooper. Boner candidate number 3, woke coke. That got a few votes, but it couldn't possibly.
Hard to beat.
Yeah. Boner candidate number 2, we don't want your kind and hooper.
That's your winner of round one. It now goes forward to boner fight. It might be boner of the day. Depends, because round 2 is coming up at 8:20. We'll do this again with 3 more candidates, get another winner there. And then we will take both of those, put them against each other. 9:20 this morning is when you'll decide boner of the day with Boner Fight. And then Dave the Flower Guy will come in and just tell us who boner of the week is.
So I'm wondering, do you guys want to go to dinner before the concert tomorrow? We could meet at like 5.
Concert tomorrow.
The big concert
Gorth.
tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Gorth.
Well, we should.
We got you a ticket.
Because that's all that anybody listens to anymore. That's all that people are listening to is country music.
We should go to the Sizzler.
Yeah.
It closed. Sizzler closed.
Oh, that's right.
Isn't there? There's no Sizzler anywhere.
I don't
The
think
one
so.
Sizzler I know about closed.
Well, there's.
We should go get us a steak, though, because that's what you have before you go.
Go to the Ponderosa.
To the Garth Brooks concert tomorrow
Ruby
night.
River. Ruby River. We'll go to Ruby River.
Because we're entirely out of step. Everybody is listening to country music. Everyone.
Well, if they're not listening to country music, they're listening to oldies.
Oldies or conservative talk radio.
Conservative talk radio.
We are completely out of step. So
I think, you know what, I think not only are we completely out of step, we're obsolete.
Could be.
That's what it is. We're obsolete. Is Braxton around?
Yes.
Oh, is he on the phone?
He is on the phone.
Braxton.
How are you doing?
Not really so well.
Not great.
But no.
Yeah, well, it's a good thing we're having our mental health check then.
Braxton Dutson, he is with the healing folks.
No, the healing group.
buddies.
The healing group.
That's right. The healing
It's
group.
thehealinggroup.com.
And then now you guys don't lay your hands on people and heal them. You're
No.
This is
No,
counseling.
we are strictly hands off.
Counseling group, the healing group. Braxton, how are you?
I'm doing well today.
We don't
Sounds
have
like y'all are doing all right, but not super
no,
great.
we're not doing great. We're struggling with some things, but we'll be okay.
I'm sorry for that.
Well, I don't have any notes for you. Usually somebody will pass us some notes about a topic that you would like to cover. We didn't get that today, so just tell us.
All right. Well, today we're going to be talking about 2 methods of improving longevity in your relationship.
Oh.
One thing that's been interesting is that there's a researcher that's been 90% accurate on guessing whether a relationship is going to actually end in divorce or continue to stay married after years of being together.
Do tell.
And he's come up with a couple of ways.
I think this is very valuable information for us as the Radio from Hell show as well.
So this one-size-fits-all mathematic equation works for all people that are individuals and different. Okay.
Yep, one-size mathematical equation. Well, unfortunately, it's not mathematical, but kind of.
What does he say?
So essentially, what he's found out is that when individuals and couples are actually in an irritated state or they're frustrated, he noticed that couples that stay together have a 5-to-1 ratio of positivity to negative interactions during a conflict, which can kind of sound weird, but the unstable marriages, or the ones that he predicted would end and actually did end up ending, was 0.08 to 1 with positive to negative interactions to each other.
Give us an example of what that looks like.
Yes, what that looks like is that when you're frustrated with your partner, and
yes,
maybe they're doing something, and they're doing something that is frustrating, but you also notice that they're doing something that was helpful. Maybe they did a favor for you, or they have something positive. There's either a compliment there, or at least an acknowledgement of like, hey, I appreciate you doing this. They can give that positive regard, even though you may still be irritated with them.
Yes.
Whereas the ones that weren't working well were saying things like, kind of maybe scoffing at her, being like, I'm not gonna tell you that because I'm angry at you.
Yeah. So it's it's sort of common sense is what this guy has figured out, that even in an unstable marriage, if you do find things with your partner that are positive. She's always nagging at me about turning off the lights. But anytime I'm ill, she's the first person to help me, to comfort me if I'm ill.
Yes, that can be a very helpful thing.
Yeah.
The hard part is in the moment when you're really mad.
It's like catching your kids doing something right rather than always just correcting them when they do something wrong. It's the same thing. Like, oh, thank you. I noticed you put your shoes away when you took them off. Thank you for doing that. Rather than only pointing things out when you always leave your shoes out. Okay, maybe 90% of the time they leave their shoes in the middle of the floor. But the one time they actually put them where they're supposed to be, make sure you say, hey, I noticed you made an effort and put your shoes away. I really appreciate it.
I noticed this one time you managed to put your damn shoes away. Thanks. So kind of like
Absolutely.
that? Is that the way you do it?
The intensity, we could tone down the intensity just a little bit.
Okay.
But
besides
that, that's fine.
Okay. But people have the tendency to, like kids, again, using Gina's example, you may do tons of good things for your kids, but all they remember are the bad things.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it makes it tough.
I think kids have the tendency to just remember the bad stuff and not the good stuff so much sometimes.
Well,
and we can be an example of that.
Yeah, and you be an example of it in your marriage too. Your kids are watching you all the time.
What?
They know. If you compliment your spouse,
I'm going to have to stop doing a couple of things then.
If you compliment your spouse or your partner, or you thank them when they do something for you, you point out when something. Your kids are paying attention to that. They learn that way too.
Well, here's how my kids learn. And I'm sincere about this. I think almost every single thing my wife ever prepares for dinner is good. I enjoy it. And I'll say, oh, this is really good. This is really good. Or sometimes she'll say, did you enjoy the dinner? I'd say, yeah, I really like that. However, my children, I don't want that. I don't want that. So apparently they're not learning from my good example.
And sometimes it takes years.
Yeah.
But it's good that you're doing things like that for your relationship, because as time goes on, it does help, such as the thanking each other, acknowledging that they've done something for you. One of the last things that Dr. John Gottman talked about was that those that responded to bids for connection. So, again, just like what your wife just did. Hey, did you like the dinner? Was this good? That is a bid for connection. Was it something that you enjoyed? Did you like this thing that I did for you? That's a bid for connection. Or even if you're trying to connect with each other in other ways, when you show up and actually respond to your partner more than not, that also really helps the relationship continue to foster and grow.
Now, a bad thing, though, is the bid for connection, as you put it. You shouldn't say, I shouldn't have to ask you this, but how did you like the dinner?
It's fishing for compliments. I shouldn't
have to ask you, but did you notice I changed my hairstyle?
I've been home for 2 hours with this haircut, and you haven't said one word about it.
Yeah, that's
exactly. You guys are
Go ahead.
You are talking exactly about there's 4 things that he's come up with as well. They call them the 4 horsemen of the relationship apocalypse.
Wow.
We're not going to go into them today, but we're going to go over the next few weeks when we're talking together. I'm actually going to talk about those: criticism, contempt, defensiveness, and stonewalling.
Okay.
So be ready for those when we work together.
All right.
All right, Braxton. It's Braxton Dutson. He is with the Healing Group. You can go to thehealinggroup.com for more.
All right.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Professional help to protect me from the enemy myself.
Crash southbound US 89 Oak Hills Drive off ramp. This is in Layton, off to the right shoulder. Crash northbound I-15 35th South on ramp in South Salt Lake. Eastbound and northbound right shoulder affected there. And friends of the program saying that the troopers are out catching people speeding. Just be aware of that today. I don't have any indication where that is, but just slow down generally. It's good policy anyway. This summer, buy one, get double with the Mountain America Rewards credit card. You'll earn double rewards on every purchase through July 31st. Details at macu.com/double.
All right. Thank you. We'll take a break. We will be back with Best Question and Boners Round 2. All on the way. KXRK Provo.
Concert.
And 9 to win the summer of free tickets. We just reach in and grab a massive heap of tickets and give them to you. Today, you might win tickets to Jimmy Eat World and Taking Back Sunday at the Union on October 13th. Text the word BLEED, B-L-E-E-D, BLEED, to 33986 now for your chance to jump in the summer of free tickets with X96.
All right, thank you. Is this a sponsored feature?
Young Automotive Group has a huge selection of new vehicle brands and over 1,000 pre-owned vehicles. You'll find the vehicle you want at a price you can afford. Visit any Young Automotive dealership or browse online at youngautomotive.com. Best question of the week. You email them to us, radiofromhell@x96.com. Put best question in the subject line. It can be about anything. Now, sometimes people want to know things about radio because we've been doing this a while.
Yeah.
We know things about radio.
We know some stuff.
Things you don't want to know.
I know mostly that I think it's magic how it works. I don't really know how this.
Well, you know who has a better idea, Bill?
Who?
Well, this letter comes to us from Kyle. He says, who out of the three of you is the best DJ?
The best spinner of
the best,
discs.
the best, doing intros and
that'd be Carrie.
It's Carrie, of course.
Carrie.
Thank you.
Carrie is.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, and I want people to know this. Yeah, I have been working in alternative, in that format, for a considerable period of time.
The format we're in right now.
Yeah, I have worked other formats before, and I can work other formats now. I just want to put that out there.
You've done Top 40.
And country.
I've done every format except polka.
You haven't done a Jesus station.
Yeah, well, it kind of
my
worked
first
it
job.
Yeah.
My first job
right.
was playing Jesus stuff on Sunday mornings.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
you got skills.
Carrie's got skills.
I'm going to the Maverick. Work behind the counter.
Yeah.
Here's another radio one from Nick. Dear Lords, what does the K stand for in station names like KXRK? It's obviously broadcasting nomenclature, but where did it originate and what does it signify?
All I know about it is that they, in the early days of radio, they decided that any radio station frequency east of the Mississippi would begin with a W. WCBS, WNBC, W this, W that, and then west of the Mississippi, they would begin with K.
Well, here's how that happened.
Oh,
in 1912.
1912.
Several countries attended a conference to discuss international radio telegraphs. One of the things that came out of that meeting was an assignment of specific letters to identify each country's radio and television signals.
Oh.
The United States was assigned the letters W, K, N, and A. Now, N and A were reserved for military stations.
Okay.
K and W were assigned to commercial stations. So that's why.
Well, there you go.
In Mexico, it's X.
Yeah.
Okay.
The BBC.
Okay, that clears that up.
All right.
Any other questions?
Let's see. This is from James. Who were you most taken aback to learn was still alive? For example, Mikhail Gorbachev turned 90 this year.
Yeah. Wow. I can answer this very simply. Who was I most taken aback, most recently too, to learn that they're still alive? This morning, I got up and I looked in the mirror and I went, "Oh my God, I'm still alive." So me.
But no, I mean, yesterday or the day before, it was Howard Hessman. We were talking about Howard Hessman. You were sure he was dead.
Pretty sure. I was pretty sure he had passed.
Not dead.
No. He, and I want to apologize to his wife who kept calling me yesterday.
He's fine.
Howard's fine.
I mean, he's mostly fine.
He's in the living room. He's just sitting there.
That's a hard question to answer because you don't ever have that feeling until
it happens. And I'm pretty up on who's dead and who's alive because of our Deadpool that we play every year.
Yeah.
Frank Christ's So I'm pretty up on it.
Regis is gone, isn't he?
Yeah, we lost
Regis out. Yes,
that's not a surprise.
No,
but if you were to say, I don't know, I can't think. Yeah, like yesterday I really was pretty sure Howard Hessman had passed.
Mm-hmm.
But Carrie said no, I don't think so.
Well, you know how I know that is that the radio industry as a whole would mourn his passing.
Yes,
and I would remember that.
Yes.
Yeah, the guy who played Venus Flytrap, however, is
Tim Reed.
Tim Reed.
Yeah. He's gone.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
Pretty sure.
Let's
Now, let
find
me
out.
look.
Look it up.
I'm pretty sure though that
Isn't Howard Hessman older than Tim Reed?
He probably is.
You know,
No,
Gina, sometimes
Tim Reed is 76.
He's still with us.
And he's still.
I could have
See,
sworn
now
he died.
there's a perfect example.
There you go.
I'm really surprised.
Do people know these people from WKRP in Cincinnati?
No, but if they know anything and pay attention, they know that WKRP in Cincinnati was a W station because it was on the east side
of the
Mississippi River.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, and Herb just died. We're just
It was
talking about
Herb.
people
Oh, that's right. Herb Tarlin.
Yeah.
Herb died, and radio salespeople all kind of mourned. They didn't like him too much.
No.
I mean, because he was, he was a radio sales guy.
He was kind of slimy.
Yeah, and radio salespeople don't like to be portrayed that way, but
it's true.
I'm sorry.
Now, going on this theme, Lonnie Anderson, alive or dead? What do you think?
Alive.
She is still with us.
She's 75.
Mm-hmm.
Burt Reynolds, though, her husband, or
Bert's
ex-husband, dead.
Burt is gone. Burt is no longer with us.
How about Jan Smithers?
She is still with us.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't she? Was that her? Oh, her name was Bailey.
Bailey Quarters was her name on the show. Yes.
Jan is 72 and
She is
still
72
with us.
and still
And
with
was she
us.
married to like Quincy Jones or somebody like that?
No, you're thinking
No, but she was married to somebody famous.
James Brolin. She was married to James.
Was she married to James
Yeah,
Brolin?
before Barbara Streisand, who is still alive.
Well, that's a surprise.
That Barbara Streisand?
Yeah,
still
I
alive?
didn't know that.
Here's a good one. Ed Asner.
Alive.
Still with us. Are you
Still
surprised?
alive.
Yeah.
Best question of the week. You can send them in, radiofromhell@x96.com. Put best question in the subject line. Maybe we'll read your email on the radio and answer your question.
Mm-hmm. There's another one. Bob Newhart.
Alive.
Still alive. Surprised?
A little.
He's in his 90s, I
He's
would
up
think.
there. He's up there.
All right, here we go. Boners round 2 coming up in the next break. Here are the candidates you'll be considering. Samantha Futch, I love you. That's number 1. Number 2, Ted Cruz knows why there's COVID in Texas. And number 3, a bar in Wyoming has discovered the cure for AIDS.
All right. Round 2 of your boners and big boy news all coming up. Stand by.
Crash southbound US 89 Oak Hills Drive off ramp in Layton. It's off to the right shoulder. Crash northbound I-15 35th South on ramp in South Salt Lake. Eastbound to northbound affected on the right shoulder. And what are you seeing? You can text it to us if you see a Dick Van Dyke out there. He's still alive. He could be driving up and down the roads if you see him.
In chitty chitty bang bang.
Text us 33986. Need to sell your car? Tim Daly Auto Group has dedicated team of 7 that buys cars. Tim Daly Ford, Infiniti, and all 3 Tim Daly Nissan locations.
All right, so news coming up along with big boy news, along with boners round 2. Park City Restaurant Association. It's time for the contest.
Yeah, the cocktail. Park City's annual Savor the Cocktail contest happening now through August 31st at participating bars and restaurants in Park City. You got to be 21 to participate in this, obviously, because you go to the website, go to parkcityrestaurants.com, and see the bars and restaurants that are participating. They do these fabulous cocktail creations.
Mm-hmm. Some of them are traditional, cocktails that they put their own twist on. Some of them they just get really creative and try something new.
Any cocktail with a twist on it, I like that. So you vote for the ones you like best, and they declare a winner after the contest closes on the 31st. So visit parkcityrestaurants.com, parkcityrestaurants.com. Find the cocktails, go sample them, and then vote for the one you like best.
Many of us
So we're in the back porch and look over, and Bri says, I just saw a critter. Was not specific because he knows how she feels. Yeah. And that was that. So Sunday morning, we wake up. Morning's going fine. Mm-hmm. Everything's good, making coffee, the whole thing. Mm-hmm. And then I hear Sue screaming.
Oh. Jeez. Uh-oh.
And I come into the kitchen, and she's looking out the back window. And I run to the window to see my two dogs in a tug-of-war.
Really?
With a rat.
Was it still alive?
The rat was wounded.
Oh.
So I go running out there, and it's like, get inside, get inside, get inside. And so
we got a couple of little ratters.
So we close the doggy door. Sue immediately brushes their teeth and cleans their faces.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So she can, get loves.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm now rat patrol.
Yep.
So the rat's lying there, and it's wounded. And and I'm like, it's still alive. But I look at it, and it looks pretty bad.
Pretty bad.
So I figure I'll leave it alone for a half hour, and it'll die. Yeah. And then I'll, get a sack and pick it up. Go back out a half hour later. It's actually looking a little better. Wow. It's rolled over on its belly. It's still not walking because I think its legs are broken.
Oh, God.
Oh, jeez.
And
I feel bad for the poor rat.
I do too, and then I'm like, I'm going to have to dispatch the rat, aren't I?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have to, because it's in pain, it's suffering.
Go get your gun.
So
or just wait for 4 turtles to show up.
Yeah. So I went and I got my Daisy Red Ryder BB gun.
Oh, shoot your eye out.
Well, I cocked it and put it right to its head. Oh. I had to dispatch the rat. And even then, I couldn't pick it up right away. I'm going to let it. I'll be back in a bit. And so I come back like 20 minutes later, and it was starting to stiffen up already. That was pretty fast.
Oh, yeah.
But end of the story is Sue is putting our house up for sale. And
truly? Some people would.
What she doesn't know is that I've been keeping this secret from her ever since we moved there. I mean, it is the mountain.
Yeah.
It's happening. Now, our original dog, was never curious about exploring the backyard. Mm-hmm. He wasn't interested in getting into the shrubs or the trees or anything, so I was able to put, traps out there and I took care of the rat problem for quite a while. But now I have curious dogs, and I can't do that because Ripley will.
They'll get in the trap.
Ripley will, and so I don't need that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Hudson was high on adrenaline for the rest of the day.
Killer.
Oh, he just did that. That stirred something in him.
You should have seen my cat with a beetle yesterday. Man, did that cat go to town? A killer. Little beetle.
8:21 right now. And it is time for round 2 of your boner voting. Here we go. 3 news stories. These are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. And you will decide with your vote of these 3 candidates which one is the worst. Which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day? I say possibly because it'll have to defeat the winner of round 1's voting, and that was a really good candidate.
Yeah.
So choose strategically here in round 2 so that we have a good boner fight between the 2 candidate winners at 9:20. That's when boner of the day will be decided by you. And then after that, it's boner of the week. So here we go with round 2. 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, then you will vote, and one of you lucky random boner voters will receive.
You get Mel Brooks out of your mouth. Do you?
He's still alive.
He is still alive.
Yes.
He will always be alive.
Yes, he is.
Do not even dream of thinking that he might not be alive at some point. Don't even think that.
How about Richard Dreyfuss? He's gone, isn't he?
Nope.
Oh. No, actually, he's in a new movie where he's apparently he's doing a Liam Neeson. You know, he's being a kick-ass
older
Yeah.
person. By the way, a Radio from Hell tote bag is what you could win.
All right.
Thank you.
Here's boner. These are 3 strong candidates, too. I'll tell you, it's going to be hard. Boner candidate number 1, Samantha Futch, I love you. Downsville, Louisiana. Louisiana man has admitted to, and I think maybe I just need to do this first line. A Louisiana man has admitted to stealing and pawning a $4,500 ring owned by his girlfriend, Samantha Futch, and then using the proceeds from pawning that ring to make a down payment on an engagement ring for Samantha Futch, the woman he stole the ring from. Justin Pope, arrested for the theft of the ring that belonged to Samantha Futch. Mr. Pope allegedly stole the ring in 2019 from Futch's residence in Downsville, a village about 25 miles from Monroe, Louisiana. According to a probable cause statement, Pope confessed to taking a ring belonging to his then-girlfriend, pawning it, and then using the money to buy her an engagement ring. Samantha Futch, I love you.
She's not going to marry him now, is she?
Let me see.
Is there an update? Because she's part of the boner if she marries him after all
I
this.
think no.
Okay.
No. They have broken up.
Good.
Here's boner candidate number 2. Ted Cruz knows why there's COVID in Texas. Senator Ted Cruz, a person that no one likes.
Nope. Not even his family.
Apparently, I mean, it's true. His colleagues in the Senate, none of them like him. Nope. It doesn't matter if they're Republican or Democrat. They just don't like him. Senator Cruz is facing backlash after he said that undocumented immigrants are to blame for rising COVID-19 cases in South Texas. Cruz joined fellow Republicans on Wednesday to call on the Biden administration to address the record surge of illegal crossings along the Texas-Mexico border that began in the spring. Cruz called the rise in crossings a humanitarian, national security, and public health crisis, and urged the Biden administration to preserve Title 42, a rule put in place by former President Trump that refuses asylum seekers entry on the basis of public health. Most of these illegal immigrants are coming in. They haven't been vaccinated, Cruz said. They're being put in cages with other people who are COVID positive, and they're spreading COVID. And that's why COVID's so bad in South Texas.
No.
Kerry, he has he's not going to tell you what they are, but he has the statistics to back it up. I do. I really.
No.
No, he does.
No.
Boner candidate number 2, Ted Cruz knows why there is COVID in Texas. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3, a bar in Wyoming has discovered a cure for AIDS.
Boner candidate number 3 for round 2 coming up after this. Big Boy News and Opinioendo. Brought to you by
Are you searching for Pokemon? Locally owned Haster Games has the best selection of Pokemon, Dungeons & Dragons, Magic, and more. Shop online at hastergames.com or visit the store, 6831 South State. Curbside service is available.
Our friend Bad Brad Wheeler points out Jerry Lee Lewis is still alive and still smoking. Utah composer Kurt Bester.
Still alive?
Good friend of the program.
We've moved on.
Yes, he is.
Okay.
Sorry. He is, they call him Mr. Christmas here in Utah. Kurt is going to bring back his annual holiday concerts in December after having to cancel in 2020 because of the pandemic. The annual Kurt Bester Christmas, the theme this year will be Return to the Magic. They're set for December 9th, 10th, and 11th at the Eccles Theater in downtown Salt Lake.
You're going, right?
I really should.
You promised.
I did promise him. Kurt's been very kind to us and a good
Yes.
friend of the program. He's been on some of our shows, and he's really funny. And I thanked him for being on our Not Safe for Work shows, and I said, Kurt, I got to confess, I've never seen one of your concerts. I really should. He said, oh, Bill, you don't have to.
It's okay.
It's not meant for you.
It's okay.
It's that magical time of year again.
Let's see. Utah is reporting 693 new COVID-19 cases, 4 additional deaths. Another 5,244 vaccines were administered since yesterday, bringing that total to, we're getting up to 3 million, close to 3 million. People tested, 5,053 people tested, yes, I guess just yesterday, or in the span of about 24 hours, a total number of getting up to close to 3 million people have been tested for COVID. Thousands of flamingos have died in central Turkey because of drought. Activists connected with the irrigation techniques they use in the region and global warming, and Turkey's Lake Tuz, one of the largest hypersaline lakes in the world, it is a haven for flamingos. It's almost all dried up. Thousands of baby flamingos have died on Lake Tuz in the past 2 weeks from drought that environmentalists say is the result of climate change and the way they use the water in irrigation. Let's see. Spencer Cox is floating the possibility, that's our governor, that we may have some tax cuts next year as residents deal with rising costs. We're going to try and make sure that people have enough money. We'll do some tax cuts, he said. A 13-year-old boy has died after a fatal go-kart accident in Mapleton, Utah. Responders were dispatched to the intersection of Aspen and Dogwood Drive. Reports of a crash involving a teenager in a go-kart. Paramedics arrived. They found a 13-year-old boy in the road, unconscious and not breathing. An investigation is under the way, but it was not on it wasn't on a track or anything like that. Just unsupervised. A large tree branch fell on kids at a water park in Provo.
The hell?
Several children. Now, no one was seriously injured. That's the good news, but it could have been awful. A large tree branch fell on top of them at the Splash Summit Water Park in Provo. The children reportedly suffered just some scrapes and bruises, no serious injuries. Nobody was climbing in the tree when that branch broke off. Go to x96.com/live. You can
see a picture of it.
The carnage. Lucky that a bunch of people were sitting under the tree. It's just lucky that nobody was seriously injured. Well, here's great news. Microsoft, it looks like, is going to bring back Clippy.
Why?
That little paper clip that annoyingly pops up and tells you what you're doing wrong on your computer.
It looks like you're trying to do something.
Yeah.
I don't know why they're doing it. The company says it will be the Clippy will be brighter, vibrant, and more human We want the design to uplift and
More
make people
human?
more.
It
human
had
paperclip.
eyes. What more do you?
Yeah. It's got a smile of sorts now. I
Yeah,
think.
if you. Well, I mean, the way he was positioned, he kind of had. It was the paperclip part of him. Anyway, I'm doing a terrible job at describing.
You now, as I recall, you could turn Clippy off.
Yeah, you can.
You don't have to have him popping up, and I think most people did, and I think most people will continue to do so. And then finally, this story. This is in Atascadero, California. Atascadero, yeah. I think that's what a parachutist from Camp Roberts torpedoed through the roof of a Southern California home and into the interior of the home. The man was a British soldier in the midst of a training exercise, and he was trying to deal with a chute that didn't fully open. He plunged through the house in Atascadero. He was conscious, so his chute deployed but not completely. And he was conscious but stunned with complaints of back pain but no visible injuries. The occupants of the residence were not home at the time and therefore were uninjured. I like that line. They weren't home, so they didn't get injured.
If they'd been home, injuries.
The homeowner's mother told local station that there wasn't much damage in the house, but he did break through the ceiling and went in and landed in the kitchen. Can you imagine what you're parachuting and you end up in somebody's kitchen?
I can't because I'm never going to parachute. So,
and you don't have an imagination. So both of those two things together
prevent me from following along.
You have no idea what I'm talking about. All right, that's it.
Oh, we got
okay.
We got another minute or two.
Yeah, you got a minute and a half.
Well, I still have this story in the queue again about Captain Moroni.
Captain Moron Eye?
That's probably worth mentioning again.
Yeah.
You feel kind of bad
I feel
for him.
bad for this guy.
I don't know why.
Because I'm looking at him. Have you seen the pictures?
He was duped by his president.
Yes.
Is that why you feel bad?
Well, partially, and I think that he just seems to be a simple sort. I'll bet he's people who know him say, "What, Nathan? Well, he's a sweetheart."
he wouldn't hurt a fly.
Yeah. If you don't know what we're talking about, this is a guy, presumably a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in Arizona, who dressed up as Captain Moroni from the Book of Mormon and then drove to Washington at the urging. Well, he said, "I did it because President Trump wanted me to."
Yeah, I was inspired by President Trump to be here.
And he went and he was among the people who. Now, I don't think he was on the front line after the Capitol had been breached. If you go to x96.com/live, you can see a picture of Nathan dressed as Captain Moroni. He's very proud of his costume. You can tell.
I can see the jean shorts, though. It's taken me out.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not picturing it.
He's wearing jean shorts under it, and one of the the pant legs is longer than the other. And
he Facebook Live streamed entering and talking to his mom and describing why he was there. He collected all the evidence on himself.
Yeah. There was some video of him confirming to another rioter that he was dressed as Captain Moroni. I'm Captain Moroni. Inside, he told several other people that he wanted some ice cream. So there it is. That now really tells me. Well, apparently he's.
How did he manage to make it from Arizona to Washington D.C.
in a car? So there. That's the final clue there. That
he's telling people at the Capitol he's Captain Moroni, and they all went, "Who?"
Yeah, and he's saying, "Holy S, we've broken into the Capitol," and all that. But then apparently he's asked several people, "Hey, I want some ice cream. Can I get any ice cream?"
And he kept sending videos to his mother.
Yeah.
Mom, look.
Yeah.
Mom, I wish you were here.
Hey, Mom, I should have gotten the helmet too. He says.
Well, yeah. Exactly. Well, between the jeans and no helmet, I'm not
splurge for the helmet.
You know that's some pretty poor cosplay, I think. Yeah.
All right, that's it.
Sports weather traffic.
RSL versus LA at the Riot next Wednesday, the 21st. You can text RSL to 33986 for a chance to win some tickets to that match. And let's see, the Bees are on the road, RSL on the road. And if people were thinking, oh, the Yankees and Red Sox, that's a game we should go to. Nope. COVID postponed. Oh no, the pandemic's over. Why are we postponing events?
It ain't.
The U.S. men's national basketball team playing the Australian men's team in Vegas. That sounds like fun. Let's go down and go to that. Nope, COVID is stopping that. How about the Foo Fighters at the L.A. Coliseum? Can we go?
Nope.
No, we can't.
Nope.
Because you won't get vaccinated, these things are happening.
You want things to go back to normal. Getting vaccinated is how that happens. You're pretending that things are fine.
While you're saying I won't get vaccinated, there are countries begging for the vaccine.
Sorry, I know this was sports.
Can I get any?
This is America.
Can I get some ice cream?
All right.
Weather. So kind of like yesterday, where in the evening you're like, oh, it's getting cloudy. I wonder if it's going to rain. I hope it's going to rain. Please let it rain. And the spotty sprinkles in places. Some people had some thunderstorms they were dealing with. Down south, they're still having those problems with pretty severe thunderstorms and flash flood warnings happening down there. But up here, a slight chance of thunderstorms happening. It's enough to have dipped us below 100, so that's the good thing. 97 for a high today. Chance of overnight storms, and then 99 for a high Saturday. We'll be back up over 100 by Sunday. Traffic, westbound I-80 at milepost 117. That's the 215 West Belt. There's a crash there. Also one in Tooele County, crash eastbound I-80. This is 6 miles east of Knowles at milepost 47. And let me check our message stream. Nope, you're all trying to win the RSL tickets there now, so I see that. That's what I'm seeing there. If you do see something traffic-wise, you can text it to us, 33986, and I'll pass it along to friends of the program, keep them up to date. Injured in an accident, everyone deserves an advocate. Call 801-355-5550 or go to utahodvocates.com.
All right, here we go. Boner candidate number 3. A bar in Wyoming has a cure for AIDS.
Oh, well, tell me more.
Do you know anything about this?
I do not.
Cheyenne, Wyoming, a bar there has drawn national criticism after it was discovered selling T-shirts advocating for violence against the LGBTQ community. One of the shirts depicted a bearded man dressed in biker's garb pointing a revolver at the viewer of the shirt. So you're looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
He's pointing the gun at you. And the shirt says, quote, "In Wyoming, we have a cure for AIDS. We shoot F's in the F.
Yeah.
We shoot F's in the F."
You know what those F's
Well,
are.
I know what the first one is.
In the face?
Well, yeah, and the second one would be in the face, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know why they blanked that out. We shoot F's in the face.
No. We shoot F and F's.
Oh. That's what it says.
Yeah.
That's why they blanked it out. We shoot F and F's.
And the bar had their logo on it.
Well,
and
they're
they
selling
were
the
selling
shirts.
the shirts.
Yeah, they're selling them. We have a cure for AIDS. We shoot F and F's. And then, even to make it even better, according to the executive director of the Wyoming Equality Organization, they asked the bar to stop it. Please, would you please stop selling these shirts? They're advocating violence against people of the LGBTQ community. And the bar owner said, no.
Doubling down, are they?
Yeah, well.
We hope they would stop selling the shirts when they realize the harm it did to the LGBTQ community and those living with AIDS.
Yeah, they know. They don't care.
They apparently do not. They have so far said, no, we're not going to stop selling them.
And, thematically, this shirt is offensive, and the art is terrible. I'll just say that. It's really bad art.
Boner candidate number 3. In Wyoming, there's a bar that has a cure for AIDS.
All right, let's get to reviewing the first two and get to voting.
Boner candidate number 1 was Samantha Futch. I love you. This guy, Mr. Pope, Justin Pope, he stole a ring from his girlfriend, his then girlfriend, Samantha Futch, stole it and pawned it, and then used the money from the pawn to buy her an engagement ring. Boner candidate number 2, Ted Cruz, he knows, I know why there's COVID in Texas. I know. It's because of all those undocumented immigrants. That's why there's so much COVID in South Texas.
No.
And boner candidate number 3, a bar in Wyoming has discovered a cure for AIDS.
Okay, here we go. This is round 2 of your boners. You've got to decide of these 3 candidates which one is the worst, which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day. It's going to be a good boner fight because all 3 of these candidates are really strong. So you decide 1, 2, or 3. We'll send it forward to boner fight at 9:20. It'll go up against the winner of round 1's voting. Okay. So 1, 2, or 3. Remember your candidate number, the one that you think should win. Put that single digit in the message of a text, and then text that to 33986. Or you can call the producer's booth. Miriam will take your voice vote at 877-602-9696. Or go online, x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner Voting, July 16, 2021, and vote there. You only have until the end of these messages to do it, so let's go. It's like 4 minutes. Let's get to voting. This is round 2. Wendy's for breakfast.
Yeah, you had Wendy's for breakfast.
Yes.
Yes, we did.
Dave swung by the drive-thru, as we encouraged everyone to pick up the 2 for $4 deal. And this was my first chance to try the honey butter chicken biscuit.
It was good.
And it was good, and it was sweet, it was savory, it was delicious.
So you and I had each had one. That was only $4.
Yeah, $4 for both sandwiches, 2 for $4. You can also get the, still my favorite, the sausage, egg, and Swiss croissant, and the bacon, egg, and Swiss croissants, and the honey butter chicken biscuit, all 2 for $4. And it was so easy. Dave was able to swing by the drive-thru, pick it up, and gift it to somebody because it's affordable. 2 for $4. Affordable and delicious. So I would suggest that on your way to wherever you're going today, class or work or meeting with your lawyer, who knows? Stop and get some breakfast at the drive-thru at Wendy's.
Start your workday at 10 a.m.
Spine. Spell it with me now. S-P-I-N-E. Spine. And now we'll use it in some dialogue, featuring our 2 Utah men, LeVar and LeGrand. Elder LeGrand Ardun Jr. has called his friend LeVar with worries on his mind. Never fails. It's always during my favorite show. Yellow.
LeVar?
Yeah.
It's LeGrand.
LeGrand, how's it going?
I'm a worried man, LeVar. I don't know what to do. It's about Midge.
Well, how is the lovely Mrs. Dunn LeGrand?
Well, LeVar, she ain't herself these days.
What do you mean she ain't herself? Well, who is she then?
Well, she's Midge, but she's not Midge.
Huh?
Well, first off, she's been losing weight, LeVar. She may have knocked off close to 100 pounds. She had to go out and buy a whole new set of moo-moos. And they're designer moo-moos, too. The Don Ho collection.
Well, that is odd, LeGrand.
And she started to wear makeup again.
Huh?
She hasn't worn makeup since we got married, LeVar. A woman with 16 kids doesn't have any place wearing makeup, LeVar.
That is strange.
And it's not even New Skin or Mary Kay, LeVar. It's that kind of makeup that Claudia Schifter wears.
Anything else?
Well, she covered up the I Heart Family Home Evening bumper sticker on the back of the Suburban with one that says, "Mean people suck."
Something is definitely up, LeGrand.
I know. So, I've been kind of trying to track down her whereabouts to see what's up.
You mean you've been spying on Midge?
Well, I wouldn't call it spying exactly. just keeping tabs, like waiting down the street from the house and then following her car.
Spying. That's what that is, LeGrand. Spying. Well, did you find out anything?
Well, when she said she was going to Relief Society, I followed her, and she ended up at the Deseret Gym. I think she may be working out, LeVar.
Well, mayhaps she's just trying to get in shape and improve her quality of life. Mayhaps she's tired of being as big as a Winnebago.
She's the mother of all my 16 kids, LeVar. She's not supposed to improve her quality of life. Her role as my spiritual partner is to improve my quality of life.
You find out anything else when you was spying on her?
Well, yesterday I caught her waxing her legs, shaving her armpit hair.
The hell you say? We got big trouble, LeGrand. I'm going to jump in the truck and be right over. That is, if the truck will start. She might be trying to become a feminist or something worse. She hasn't said anything about, taking night classes or the like, has she?
No. What are we going to do, LeVar?
Well, we're going to keep spying on her, LeGrand. Let's just hope that we don't find out that she's going to the symphony or the ballet or nothing like that. Tell you what, though, if we do, you pack them kids up in that Suburban and you skedaddle out of there.
Well, I saw that it sold out in nothing flat.
Yeah, you could only get it online, I think.
Yeah.
And the orders were, and they had a limited run of Kraft macaroni and cheese ice cream, and it just, boom, gone.
I saw that it sold out in minutes.
And it was like $17 a pint or something.
And I said, well, Bill didn't get us any.
No.
All right. Well, let's award round 2 of your boners.
And round 2 of the boner voting is brought to you in part by a handful of pistachios.
And prices clearly listed at VWLayton.com. They've calculated all of the leases and monthly payments right down to the penny on all new Volkswagens at Volkswagen Layton.
We had boner candidate number 1, Samantha Futch, that got 2 votes. Boner candidate number 2, Ted Cruz, only got 17 votes.
Really?
But boner candidate number 3
ran away with it.
Well, it's because of all our gay audience.
Yes.
We are a friend to the LGBTQ community here, and this bar in Wyoming selling this awful T-shirt. 150 votes.
That makes sense.
Yes. All right, there you go. That's the winner of round 2. It now goes forward to Boner Fight. It might be Boner of the Day. Depends on how well it does going up against the winner of round 1. This is a good boner fight happening today.
Should be, yeah.
So that'll be happening at 9:20 to determine Boner of the Day. And then Dave the Flower Guy will come in and tell us who Boner of the Week is. All right. Mayor Wilson is on the phone.
Jenny Wilson, the mayor of Salt Lake County, are you there?
I am.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning. So I guess we want to talk to you about last week. You were a little late getting on with us because you were in a meeting with I think the UTA and other entities about whether we should have bus service going up a little Cottonwood Canyon or a gondola. And apparently a lot of people are really excited about, and nothing's been decided yet. Is that correct?
That's correct. The Utah Department of Transportation was looking at 5 options. They've narrowed it down to 2. Okay. An expanded road, and using that expanded road for bus service. And then the gondola option. There were 2 gondola options in the initial review, and it's down to 1. Mm-hmm. It would be located on the Lakai property, but those of us, I haven't been there in a while, but if you know where Lakai is, that's a big parcel. Mm-hmm. It would be on the other side next to the road, and there's rendering, I believe it'd be on UDOT's website that shows where it would be.
So that would be where you would get on the gondola to go up the canyon.
Yeah. So you'd go up Wasatch Boulevard. There would be 1,500 parking stalls, and the towers would be very, very high on the gondola.
Yeah. I'm sure the neighbors the neighbors will love that, I'm sure.
Yeah, there's some issues. And, I mean, I'll tell you, at this stage there are 3 options, I guess. I mean, I suppose we could go back to the drawing board if the community wanted that, but do nothing or do very little, go with the expanded road, or go with a gondola. And I'll tell you, having studied this extensively for the past year plus, there's no good option. Status quo for anyone trying to get up there in the winter or even certain summer days, it's not easy. Yeah. It's impacting the neighbors. So I think those of us involved in this decision have really put our best foot forward. Good, committed people have come up with different ideas. It's a tough call for me because I don't know that there is a good option, but I fear ultimately you can only get 1,500 parking stalls at the gondola base. And we have about 6,000 plus cars going up on average per day. And so I don't know how you don't bus and make it work. And the road will continue with the gondola, and I fear overcrowding of the canyon. So, my thoughts are much, much, much more complex than I have time to share today. But ultimately, I think would be better off busing people up, really using technology and tolling. Tolling is going to be a reality no matter what.
Charging a toll.
Charging a toll. Mm-hmm.
So you said road expansion. I didn't think that they could widen that road at all. It was pretty much where it has to be. They can widen it a little?
They can, and unfortunately that's going to create some impact on the beauty of the canyon. I go back to my early years in my kind of professional life. I worked for Robert Redford, and it was in the very early years of looking at the Provo Road expansion, and it's a very different experience. And Provo, it's not all that compatible in terms of the comparison, but still, I know we will see change in that canyon if we were to go. And ultimately, the Jenny Wilson plan might be, let's pause, let's invest in busing the best we can get, and I know they're clunky. Let's try it with some benefit for people who take the bus. Let's make sure we get full cars. And let's see how that goes for a couple of years before we expand the road. But that's not where UDOT is.
If you take the bus, you wouldn't have to. Let's say if you don't have to pay a toll if you take the bus.
Right. So we haven't tried that. We spent a lot of time studying very expensive options, and we haven't tried it. So I get that we have growth. I get that this is a big deal, but I'm wondering, gosh, wouldn't it be great to just load up buses, let people go up in cars, fill the cars. And then I will say that one of the bummers about both of the options that UDOT's proposed is that there's only going to be 2 stops either way. One is, unless we comment and say, wait a minute, you're not going to have a stop at White Pine. You're not going to have a stop for people backcountry skiing. 2 stops, Alton Snowbird, with frequent busing, or gondola 2 stops. So start to think, how are we going to reduce cars but still allow others to get up to those locations because they have a right to use the canyon too.
Is there a deadline? We have to break here, but is there a deadline to make a decision on this and get started with it?
Yeah, it's the first week of September. I want to thank UDOT. They extended it by several weeks. Gives us a couple of months to flesh through this, please go to the UDOT website and take a look at the options. There's great visuals, and I want to thank the team there. They've done their best. There's a lot of committed people in this process, and I think everyone wants a good outcome.
All right, Mayor Jenny Wilson, thank you so much. We'll talk to you again.
All right, thanks.
Thank you very much. Okay, traffic, please.
Yeah, I don't see a accident reported. This may be construction slowage, but eastbound I-80, just before you get to Parley's Canyon, looks like there's quite a bit of slowage right through there. So that there's been a lot of construction in that area. That may be what it is, but just be aware of that. If you see something, you can text it to us, 33986. It's the coldest, driest, windiest place on Earth where weird and wild creatures thrive. Antarctica transports you to the farthest reaches of Earth and reveals what happens there affects every single one of us. Now playing at Clark Planetarium's IMAX Theater.
All right, so we will be back with Boner Fight to determine who is Boner of the Day, then Boner of the Week as well. A reasonable amount of news, all coming up. BigOTires.com.
You know, we do a lot of ads for a bunch of different clients, and when we do them the way we're doing it right now, endorsing them or just speaking off the cuff about them, I never get tired of talking about Big O Tire. I'm serious. I like those stores so much. I like the Big O Tire store that I go to on 2nd East and South Temple. I've been a customer for a long time. I went to the one down on 3rd West. Always had a great experience there as well.
Yeah. And you prefer the actual Big O brand tie. Now, they carry all kinds of different brands there, but Bill likes the Big O brand.
I do like Big O brand, and right now they're having a sale on the Big O brand. Save up to $150 on Big O brand tires. But they say they guarantee the lowest price on every tire every day. If you want to find a Big O Tire store near you, and I would suggest you do that, go to BigOTires.com.
Hey.
Because on this day,
in 1952, Stuart Armstrong Copeland was born in America. He's not British. You think he's British?
No, he's American.
He's not.
Is he related to famed American composer Aaron Copland?
Don't know.
He's got music in his family history, as I recall.
Aaron Copland, who did one piece of music that everybody knows. If you hear it, you'll go, "Oh, that!" Fanfare for the
Olympic
common man.
theme, yeah.
Fanfare for the common man. No, that's not it.
That's not it?
That's the Olympic theme, but I don't think that's...
Oh,
I don't think that's Fanfare for the Common Man.
Well, let me look it up.
Did
you look up to see if he's related?
No, he's not related.
See if you can find Fanfare for the Common Man.
It's the first thing that comes up when you type in Fanfare 4.
Okay, how does it go?
It's.
Hang on.
I think it's.
I got to get past this ad.
Oh.
I think it's different than the Olympic theme. That was weird.
Another ad. It said your ad ended, but then they throw another ad at you.
It's National Snake Day, by the way.
Oh, it is?
Mm-hmm. There's lots of percussion in it, but then when the horns kick in, I just heard it yesterday for some reason.
Why'd you just hear it?
But just on something I was listening to.
Should I stand up?
Isn't that beautiful?
I feel like I should stand up.
That's just beautiful.
Does the common man like this? I think they like country music.
This would be better than the national anthem for the national anthem. You know,
there's lots of this really odd percussion in it too. When was this written, in the early 1900s?
I don't know.
Let me look.
Come on, do something.
This is why it's not a good theme song, because it never gets to the point, really.
It does. It sort of...
It eventually builds up and gets there.
I just love that sound.
(1942) is when it was.
Right. But people really prefer country music.
That's what I hear.
Oh, yeah, that's all anybody listens to.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited going up to Garth Brooks tomorrow night.
Yeah, we're all going.
And here's the weird thing about country music and radio. That's all people are listening to on the radio is country music.
Yeah.
And weirdly, it's one radio station, even though there's like 4 here in town. But it's just one.
You know what's really odd is that there are a few people listening to this show right now, and they think they're listening to country music.
I'm hoping a country song comes on at any moment.
Wow.
Fanfare for the Common Man is not going to bring in listeners.
No, you're not
we're doing it wrong.
Yeah, you're not filling Rio Tinto Stadium with that.
No.
We're doing it wrong.
Yeah. Garth Brooks is up at the U,
He's
that right?
at the Rice-Eccles. It's the first concert that's been there in 10 years. I believe the 10 years ago it was the U2, which we were at that show.
The pop
Which
tour.
I don't know why anybody went to that. That U2's not a country band. I don't know
right?
why anybody went to that.
Well, in Ireland they're considered a country band.
Oh,
okay.
And
Anyway,
they're called Y'all Too. Country version is Y'all Too.
Yeah. I'll be wearing my. I hope you're wearing your Western outfit tomorrow, Gina.
Sure.
Because I expect you and I will be in the aisles.
Are we going to boot scoot?
Doing a little boot scoot boogie. Bring your red Solo cups.
Is what's his name opening for Garth?
His alter ego.
His alter ego.
Chris Gaines.
Chris Gaines.
I like Chris Gaines.
Is Chris Gaines opening?
I like Garth Brooks actually. I couldn't really name a song of his, but
you got friends in low places, Bill.
I couldn't have named that. Even though you mentioned it earlier in the show, I couldn't have.
No?
No. Can't hear it in my head, nothing. But I know when I hear Garth Brooks, I think, well, it's all right.
He's pleasant enough.
Sure.
You know with Garth though, he's a liberal. I don't know if country fans know that.
You're gonna ruin it.
He's a stinking liberal.
He is.
You're gonna ruin it.
And he hasn't had a hit in a long time.
Doesn't matter.
No. Well, that's what's interesting. He doesn't really have hit songs on the radio anymore, but still sells out concerts in half an hour.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't had a hit on the radio in quite a long time now that I'm thinking about it. It's been at least 2 months since we had a hit.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe, but people maybe will still show up even though we haven't had a hit.
I don't know.
Don't know for sure. Don't know.
Can't say.
Can't say.
Don't know. Can't say.
Can't say.
Why can't I find? There it is.
What, are you looking for Garth Brooks?
I was looking for Friends in Low Places so you can hear it.
Come on, everybody sing along. You all know the words.
I don't know this song at all, no.
You'll know it when it gets to
I don't think this is Garth. Or is it?
I don't know.
When it gets to the...
Yeah, this is some kind of...
This is a joke version.
This is some kind of damn Muppet movie version of it or something.
It's a joke version.
This is a Muppet movie version.
There we go. Let's try
this one.
Okay, let's try this. Because, that's all people are listening to.
Yeah.
Country music.
It's country music. And it's only on one station, even though there are 3 or 4.
Let me know on my roots. I showed up in boots.
That's not the right
Why can't I find...
one. I don't know. Carrie, it's probably in there.
I don't want to look in there.
But
I want to look right here.
But you know why it's hard to find because really country music listeners are using it right now.
They're using it right now.
So we can't access it here because they're all using it. Right?
Yes, that's true. All right. We will take a break. We will be back. We've got owner fight on the way, a reasonable amount of news, all of that coming up. Stand by. Scott Hale, Plumbing, Heating, and Air.
Well, if it's not going to change.
No.
The weather, you mean?
Hotter than hell.
Yeah.
Hale. And Scott Hale would like you to know that he'll tune up your air conditioning unit, and maybe, just maybe, you'll feel a little better about the whole thing. Let's see. I'm going to make sure I got this. Yeah. $39 for an air conditioning tune-up from Scott Hale Plumbing, Heating, and Air. And if you need some repairs from Scott Hale, he'll do $350 off an AC or furnace replacement or a repair. He'll give you a discount on that as well. They're fully stocked. They have a wide range of options for air conditioning right now, and they'll come to your house and stick a new unit in. Just like that.
Don't think they won't.
Yeah, Scott Hale.
I'll come to your house.
Scott Hale, Plumbing, Heating, and Air. You can call them. Get that $39 tune-up, 801-264-HALE. That's 264-HALE, or go to scotthale.com.
I haven't dyed my goatee.
Don't. Looks stupid.
I'm not going to. You, however, Gina, should.
Dye my goatee?
I think so.
Is it embarrassing?
It is. It's getting to be embarrassing.
People are talking.
You dye your hair and you dye your eyebrows, but you just let your nose hairs and your goatee go. And when you have gray nose hairs and a gray goatee,
I've been nose waxing. I've been going to your nose wax place. Yes. What do you can't tell?
No, I don't make a habit of looking up your nostrils.
Good, I'm glad.
I looked up your old address one time, but I have never looked up your nostrils. Why do you go more than? I mean, I go once every 3 months or
They
something.
call me, don't they call you? It's been about a month since you've been in.
No,
got to get on that frequent waxer program.
There's a punch card.
Have you had Jules do it?
No, because the first time I went to somebody else, and so now I'm on.
Well, see,
her.
I think Jules is she's kind of a hippie or something.
She's a free spirit.
She doesn't. She does. She said. I think she said one time she'd call me, and then she never did.
No, this girl's like, Valentine's Day's coming up. You might want to get your nose waxed before Valentine's, because that's what you do before.
See, you haven't noticed any hairs hanging out my nose.
Well, it's hard because you've got a mustache, so it's hard to tell where the nose hairs
but
begin and the
so until it becomes really obvious, I don't have anything. I don't have any need to do it.
What's gross is when it is really obvious, even when you have a mustache. The nose hairs. Because I think some people think, well, I don't need to take care of that.
And it's usually just one rogue hair I'll notice. I'll go, wait a minute. Oh, my God.
That's why I keep tweezers in the car. Best light. Best place to do that.
In the car?
In the car with your visor down in the mirror. The light's great. You can get right up in there.
You might try concentrating on the driving part of it.
Well, I'm not doing it while I'm driving.
What do you...
If you see me in a parking lot, I'm probably plucking a hair out of somewhere.
I'd better pull over and pluck a hair out of something.
You've never looked in that mirror in the bright sunlight and gone, oh, I didn't know I had hair there?
Yeah, well, I have. But I can't.
Tweezers in your car.
But it's only when I'm standing on the seat. That's the only time I've ever noticed. It's when I'm standing on the seat and bending over to reach something. I didn't know I had hair there.
Wait a minute.
Somebody get me some tweezers and a long arm. So anyway, I guess we ought to start the show.
Thank you.
Ow! I don't tweeze the hairs in my nose because it brings a tear to my eye.
Oh.
Every time I do it, it's like you pull it, and doesn't it do that to you?
Sure.
Doesn't it make your eye go blunk? And
that's how I can get away with seeing Chappie in the theaters, because the robot's going to die at some point. Well, it's 9:20.
Mm-hmm.
That means we got boner fight.
Yeah.
We'll have that for you in about 7 minutes.
Okay.
So before that, a reasonable amount of news brought to you by
Park City's annual Savor the Cocktail contest runs now through August 31st. Enjoy original cocktails from participating bars and restaurants. Then vote for your favorites. You must be at least 21 to participate. Find details at parkcityrestaurants.com.
Did I mention that it's National Snack Day?
Snake?
Snakes. Yeah, snack.
Well, you said snack. So.
Well, in my family we say, "Oh, look, snack."
Oh.
Well, we're not in your
snakes.
family. We don't speak your language.
There are over 3,400 species of snakes.
Do we need that many?
It doesn't matter whether we need them. We have them. Snakes are on every continent except Antarctica. And one final comment about snakes. They eat insects, rodents, frogs. Large snakes can even eat small animals like small deer.
Wow.
Pigs, monkeys, and, Hudson, small dogs.
Stay away from the snakes, buddy.
Yeah, cool. Love them.
Yeah, snakes.
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 Yeah.
Snakes.
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 Yeah.
Snakes.
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 Going to name all 3,400 species.
Snakes.
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 Yeah.
Snakes.
Snakes.
Yeah.
Snakeskin.
Come on in.
But what about Ireland?
What about them?
There are no snakes in Ireland.
It says there are snakes on every continent.
Continent.
Yeah.
There are no snakes in Ireland.
I don't know if that's absolutely true. That's the rumor. Saint Patrick was supposed to have
Get out of here, snakes.
Beat it. Take a powder, he said to the snakes.
You talk about your Mormon lore. That's the Catholic lore. Got rid of the snakes.
Can you look and see for me if that is actually true?
Snakes?
Is it true there are no snakes in Ireland?
Let's see. There are no snakes in Ireland for the simple reason that the climate is not favorable to
snakes.
There are no snakes.
You know, if I had a pet snake, I'd name him Jacques.
Jacques?
Uh-huh.
Because
that's the name of Indiana Jones's pilot.
Okay.
And he hates snakes. Jacques.
A woman's viral video.
Carrie, actually, excuse
Reggie.
me. Reggie.
It should be
what
Reggie.
I was gonna...
A woman's viral video in which she pops and kills invasive head lice has sparked a debate online about whether her videos are soothing to watch or cruel to bugs. Rachel.
It's head lice.
Rachel
Do
in
you
Australia.
do you release the head lice into the wild?
Also known as Trashy Washy on TikTok, posted her most recent viral video to the platform over the weekend. A head lice removal specialist from Australia. She begins her video, which has been seen 3 million times, with a warning for those who are squeamish around bugs and blood.
I can't.
Hey, you guys. Welcome back to the lice clinic. I promise you, if there's any video of mine that you should watch, it'll be this one.
Right.
I did not hold back for you guys. She introduces her anonymous client suffering from severe head lice infestation and shows how she combs through the woman's hair, scrape up the living and dead bugs. She concludes the video with close-up footage of her popping the lice or killing the live bugs after the treatment. Viewers can clearly hear and see the lice getting squished.
No.
Under
It'll make
glass
me
cup.
itchy. If I watch that, it'll make me itchy.
It's gross, but I don't understand the people are saying you're being mean to bugs. But
Yeah, I don't quite either. I think
sorry,
I was going to nominate this for a boner candidate. The real boner here would be that people will watch this.
Ugh.
Yeah,
I couldn't watch it. But
let's see. The Delta variant of the coronavirus is just running unchecked through
You
the
know
Middle
what? We
East.
check it.
The Middle. Yeah, we do know, Gina. We do. Is that a rhetorical question?
No,
Is that an example of a?
I'm sorry I interrupted.
The Middle East and North Africa is where they are witnessing just a horrible surge of COVID-19, aggravated by the Delta variant of the virus, and it's probably going to get worse over the coming weeks, according to the World Health Organization. An increase in coronavirus has also been reported in Libya, Iran, Iraq, Tunisia, as well as the region, region enters a critical moment. 11 million cases reported since the start of the pandemic, and they're saying that it's just getting worse and worse and worse. I don't. Maybe this is this is the way. This is the purge. This is. But people.
But it's not purging all the bad people, Bill.
So there are people who die from this, and there are people who kind of recover from it, but they're weakened in a weakened state. And then there will be some few people who are able to live fine for some reason. So maybe that's what this is all about. Those in the next few years, those who emerge as being relatively untouched by the COVID vaccine will rule the world. A small group, maybe. Salt Lake City has been named among the top 25 places to live in the United States.
We should live there.
I don't know. Do they have a good country station there?
I don't know.
The city was praised for its affordability and its job market. Salt Lake City scores high for its housing affordability compared to the areas. And housing is not cheap here.
No.
But as compared to our median household income, the housing affordability is pretty good, as well as for its job market. Let's see, who did this?
Is this one of those wallet hub ones? Or?
It's information taken from the U.S. Census Bureau, and they categorized, I don't know who categorized them. Best places to live: Boulder, Colorado; Raleigh, Durham, North Carolina; Huntsville, Alabama; so on, so on, so on. And Salt Lake City came in number 23 of the top.
All right, let's stay.
Okay.
It's Boner Fight, the final round.
All right, here we go. The winner from round one, good candidate. And the winner from round two is also an excellent candidate. Round one, we don't want your kind in Hooper. A Hispanic family in the Weber County town of Hooper has received an anonymous, angry, racist letter telling them, we don't want your kind here. You're dirty, you're sloppy, you're lazy. Go back to Mexico. They're just a nice family, the Morales family. They said they moved from Ogden to Hooper because their mom really loved that area. They thought she thinks it's a very pretty area. That's going up against number two. A bar in Wyoming has discovered a cure for AIDS. There's a bar there in Cheyenne selling T-shirts advocating violence against LGBTQ plus people. The shirt shows a guy dressed like a biker. It's a cartoon, a drawing. A guy dressed like a biker pointing a gun at you, the viewer of the shirt. And it says, we have a cure for AIDS. We shoot effing effers. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. We shoot them. That's the cure for AIDS. Yeah. That's number two.
All right. There you go. You've got to decide of these two candidates, which one is the worst? Which one deserves to be Boner of the Day for today? One or two? Remember your candidate number, the one that you think should win. Put that single digit in the message of a text, and then text that to 33986. Or you can call Miriam in the producer's booth, 877-602-9696. Give your voice vote. Or go online, x96.com, look for the box that says Boner Fight, July 16, 2021. My guess is once you get to the website, you won't see that box right away because we just put it up. So refresh your internet browser and it should appear so you can vote online. There you go. We've only got 4 minutes to do it. Let's go. This is Boner of the Day.
Gina's back. So anyway. So anyway.
He walked in and he said, you're walking like some of your...
you're walking like somebody who had their guts ripped out.
You're walking like your insides are all wrong.
You know, because she was doing this.
Yeah.
And I started to tell Carrie, and then I said, wait, I'll tell you on the radio. What you should never do is go on message boards about surgery.
You should never go on message boards about anything. I don't care if it's the Incredible Hulk or surgery.
Well,
just don't.
You know what you should do?
Yeah.
But you're curious, you want to hear what other people's experiences are and what their recovery is, and
what happened?
And well, before the surgery, I went on a message board, and somebody was asking the question, well, what fills in the hole where they take out what they take out? And
there's a hole there.
Well, the response was
the
response was
the uterus is what we're talking about.
Yes.
And Gina's uterus weighed 43 pounds, which is
amazing.
It was the size of a medicine ball.
It was prize winning.
I'm a size 2 now because but they remove it, and the way the person in the message board explained it is, well, it's picture just having a big bowl of spaghetti and just taking a big scoop out of the bowl of spaghetti. It just kind of fills in where the hole is.
But that just takes a second.
Like spaghetti.
Kind of goopy.
You just watch the spaghetti fill in. It just takes a second.
Like biscotti.
So this is what I'm picturing my insides are like, a big bowl of
spaghetti. Well, they're very much like that. Yeah. Surgeons train on spaghetti. Yeah, you didn't know that?
They do meatball.
They do. Delicious marinara sauce.
That's why there's so many fat doctors.
And then they all have lunch. Well, we've trained on the spaghetti. Let's eat it.
Yeah.
This is what I'm picturing when they're wheeling me into surgery.
And you know what they did with your uterus?
Lunch.
Yeah.
Spaghetti.
There's lunch. Who brought the marinara?
And so also on the message board you look at what's recovery like for this.
Well, I'm sure it's different for everyone.
Exactly.
And
I'm sure it's speedy and efficient.
It's different for everyone, but the worst one will be
on the message
what
board.
Gina has.
Well, I mean, it can't be the worst because I'm back to work now.
There will be people. There have to be people on the message boards who say, "Oh, I was cleaning my house 3 days later."
Yeah, there's that.
Why I ran a marathon.
Right. and then there's it's been 3 months and I still feel like crap, and usually the truth is somewhere in between.
Can we use the term vaginal prolapse in any? I don't know. Is that do we need to use that term?
We shouldn't.
Somebody's posted it. I don't think we.
That's
should.
the thing that happens to the women that have 15 babies.
Oh.
And the uterus climbs out on its own.
That ain't no damn good.
That's what that is.
That's where that needs to be fixed.
But it's nice to be back. I missed you guys.
All right. It's 9:35. Let's award Boner of the Day.
Which is brought to you in part by an Asian noodle salad.
And Jiffy Lube Multi-Care. Get services on brakes, batteries, spark plugs, and more. It's a job for Jiffy. Visit jiffylubeutah.com for discount services and locations.
Well, they were both good candidates. Number one, we don't want your kind in Hooper. A Hispanic family in the Weber County city of Hooper getting an angry, racist letter from somebody. And that's went up against the bar in Wyoming that said that, well, we got a cure for AIDS. And they're selling T-shirts. It showed a guy pointing a gun saying, we got a cure for AIDS. We shoot effing F's in the face. No, effing F's in the face.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we do. That's a cure. Both great candidates, really awful people, but local favorite.
Oh?
Number one wins. Boner of the day.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Good one.
That is now Boner of the Day for today, July 16, 2021. Now qualified to be Boner of the Week. Dave the Flower Guy will be in here in our next break to tell us who Boner of the Week is.
Now, there's a gentleman now in our studio.
The following is a sponsored feature.
And he looks vaguely familiar.
It's been a while.
It has been a while.
Yeah.
It's Dan Farr, Fan X.
So good to be back with you guys. It feels almost normal.
Almost. We're close.
Yeah.
Close to
I mean, we're about 6 feet apart, so I mean, I guess
we're doing okay.
Yeah.
So this Fan X is back. You canceled one. just last year.
We did.
Yeah.
We obviously there's no chance in the world it would have happened last year, and we still, we had to watch everything. We're seeing what's happening in other states as we started just the springtime of this year. We're seeing what's happening, and what we're finding out is that people are coming back to these events in droves.
Yeah,
they are anxious to get out.
There's pent up
need, huge
desire.
So when is Fan X this year then, Dan?
It's September 16th through the 18th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I know you're prepared to announce a few of the people who are coming now, but you'll hold back and.
Well,
you're a tease, is what you are.
Exactly. we do like to keep the excitement built up, but the other thing too with it is it's sometimes it's not just like with some of the guests that we've announced in the past, people think, "Wow, you sure held that one tight for a while." It's like, yeah, we just signed the contract yesterday.
It's working on it.
It took us this long to get the deal done.
Yeah.
Now, so I'm excited about the people from MASH coming to Fan
I'm
X.
glad. Me too. Well, I'll say this: when I was a kid growing up in MASH, and there was Jamie Farr, and I'm like, that's the one person in Hollywood that has the same name as me. I thought it was the coolest thing. Yeah. I did. Unfortunately, you read Wikipedia, you find out that his name was. He's
not Farha,
Farha or Farah.
It's a Lebanese.
I think it is. Yeah, but he's gone. He's Americanized it. But that's his legal name now, so we'll go with it. But I don't think we're blood relatives, though. Unfortunately.
Jamie Farr, Loretta Swit.
Yes.
And now, who was Jeff Maxwell?
Jeff is the chef. Because
with the kind of bulgy eyes.
He is, and he was in like 100 episodes.
Yeah.
So he's. Igor.
That's
yep.
Yeah, they did. They called him Igor because he had kind of bulgy eyes.
Yeah.
But anyway, so MASH. Who else is coming to Fan X this year?
Well, we've got some of the kids.
I was going to say, Bill, your buddy Zachary Quinto.
Oh, really? Is Zachary Quinto coming?
He just signed. Yeah.
Yeah. That was. But yeah, that's one of those that we didn't wait very long from the time that we had permission to announce to when we announced. So, some of the kids from Stranger Things. So we have Caleb McLaughlin coming, and so he hasn't been there before. But Gaten
Matarzaro,
yeah,
Razzo.
He actually said he wanted to. So he talked to the manager. Said, "Can I get back to Salt Lake? I'd love to come back to the show." And he had such a great time here before. I believe that he has his foundation that's centered here in Salt Lake too. So I think that's part of it.
Oh, that's right. He has some sort of genetic condition that I don't know what it's called, but
no,
but he has formed a foundation to help people with what he has.
Right. And so that's pretty cool. We Boy Meets World, which is a series that I wasn't familiar with.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah, but we got 3 of the cast members from there. We've got.
You got some Stranger Things people. You got supernatural people coming.
Yeah,
Cobra
Misha
Kai.
Misha Collins from Supernatural, which is actually a really big deal because Misha has been under contract for like the last 8 years. So to be able to get him is a big deal.
Now this will be at the Salt Palace.
It is. It's at the Salt Palace. That's that's the only venue big enough to hold the number of people that show up with all the vendors and everything.
And you'll be able to shop for all things geek while you're there.
Mm-hmm. That's what's fun. It's interesting. I talked to a lot of people that, I always try to find out why they come to the events.
Yeah.
And, just shopping the floor is like one of the number one things that people like me, because you think it's going to be the celebrities. And the celebrities are probably the number one pull to the events. But the floor, the panels, everything, there's so many wonderful things.
Yeah, and it's just amazing the amount of different kinds of things you'll see for sale there.
It's bizarre.
Whoever thought of that?
Yeah.
Now, what's the best way to get tickets for FanX, Dan?
So if you just go to fanx.com or fanxsaltlake.com, either one, all the information you need is there. You'll be able to see the latest guest announcements. You get to see how the show is coming together, different things that we're going to have, but also that's where you pick up your tickets.
It's easy. You just click on Buy Tickets Now, and there they
see
are.
That, we try to make it easy. Why not, right?
It is.
And I follow you guys on social media because that way I see the latest announcements for who's coming. That's a good way to
social media is great. It's been wonderful. Plus, you get to see people's reactions to the guests.
Now, if you buy tickets now, you'll save money, right?
We're doing a special promotion with you guys, and
okay,
yeah. So the coupon code is Radio 20.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and,
there. Yeah.
So you can save 20%. So it's kind of a good deal.
So go to the website, FanX website, and use the promo code Radio 20. That's the number 20, Radio 20.
Yes. Yep.
And get 20% off your ticket purchase. Pretty nice. We will be hearing more from you before the show, I'm sure.
Yes, and we might even, we should get some of the guests that are coming to the show. We should get them on your show.
Yeah,
sure.
That'd be great.
Love that.
Probably a lot of them would have to be on the phone because they don't come in until the day of.
And it never fails. Whenever you show up, people start sending in their requests for people.
I love that.
Okay, well, who do they want?
Yeah.
Wally and the Beaver.
Oh, really?
Now, let's see. Jerry Mathers.
Jerry Mathers,
Wally's name.
Tony Dow.
Tony Dow?
Very good.
Wow, that's good.
I don't know how I know that, but
you do. Well, it's
You're
just
a secret
it's in
fan.
that big filing cabinet in the back of your head.
Yeah, but I can't think of my kids' names.
Well, that's different. Yeah.
You, my oldest one. What?
Tell your brother.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Go talk to your sister. What's her name?
Yeah.
All right, Dan Farr, FanX. Thank you.
Thank you.
Remember, go to the website. What is it? It's just Fan.
It's FanX.
FanX.com, FanX Salt Lake. We actually just acquired FanX. So now we actually have FanX rather than FanX SL or FanX Salt Lake.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. And 20% off if you use the code, the promo code Radio 20, Radio 20. Thanks, Dan.
Yes.
Thank you
guys. Appreciate it.
We'll take a break. We'll be back. We got Boner of the Week coming up. Stand by.
Last year, you became an expert. Radio from Hell on X96.
So anyway, we're up there, getting bags of food and turkeys. But when we first got there,
This is before we went on the air.
now I didn't say this to her on the air, did I?
No, this was before we went on.
She introduced herself, and I forget her name. Hi, I'm so and so with the food bank, and we said hi, and she handed us a fact sheet. And it's just a few things there, and she said, and then she said, I don't even think we asked her to be on the radio.
Didn't.
She said, I don't want to go on the radio. And Carrie said, well, come on, we've got to want to talk to somebody from the food bank.
Yeah.
You're here. You're an expert.
I believe every year we have spoken with them.
Yeah, and I said, well, we need somebody from the food bank. We'd like somebody from the food bank to talk. And she said, well, what are you going to ask me?
And it made me a little mad.
It did, because it's kind of a...
And I said, well,
question.
I'm going to ask you, what the velocity of a V1 rocket is, and how to build a diesel truck, and what is the composition of quartzite.
Yeah.
I said, I'm going to ask you stuff that you can answer about the food bank.
The stuff that was on the sheet.
Easy stuff. She disappeared and never came back.
Yeah.
And no one else from the food bank.
No.
She was the representative that morning.
You could have handled that a little better.
Yeah, I could have. And I think I did say, well, could you get us somebody who will talk? I think I said that. And that's when she said, well, what are you going to ask me?
I think he was just trying to point out to her that that was kind of a silly question. You're here to represent the food bank. Tell us about hungry people.
I was, but I kind of snapped at her.
But people that have never been on the radio or put in that position, it makes them nervous just right off the bat.
Gina, I don't think, again, you really need, other than that seems to be your role, to apologize for this. I'm doing the apologizing. You don't need to.
Once again,
it's my turn to apologize.
Stepping all over Bill's thing.
Stop apologizing. I'm apologizing.
You're always there to ruin the punchline, and now you're ruining the apology.
And quit throwing your shoes at me.
Wait, there's another one.
So she really never said why she didn't want to be on the air, did she?
No, but she was scared. She was nervous.
She did the I don't want to be on the air.
Maybe she had a real job and was supposed to be at work and didn't want anybody to hear her.
No, but anyway, I feel bad about it. I'm sorry. I'd like to find out her name, and I'll send her an apology or.
Yeah, I wouldn't call her. You'll scare her.
Yeah, I didn't mean to scare you, and I'm sorry. I was a little short, but it's first thing in the morning, and we're just getting it together, and you know how I am.
Yeah.
But she doesn't.
Again, you can't treat everybody like you treat me.
Oh, shut up. I can too. You call right now, and I'll tell you to shut up. I don't care who you are.
Gary, Bill, and Gina on X96 Radio from Hell.
Telling you.
Okay, then.
Whenever I need cheering up,
Yeah.
it never fails.
Mhm.
I just put on Space Ghost Coast to Coast. lifts my spirits immediately.
Thank you, Carrie.
Guess what I'll be doing the entire weekend? Sitting in my air-conditioned house watching Space Ghost.
Yeah. I think maybe I'll do that too, and I'll watch Space Ghost whenever I return to consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just leave it running.
When
and then,
you come to?
Yeah, when I come to, it'll be on.
It's on HBO Max. You just hit it, and it'll go episode after episode after episode.
I'll do it, and then and then I'll fade off, and then come to again, and it'll be there. So that's going to be fun. Look, it's our good friend Dave. Dave the Flower Guy, Dave Matson. Hi, David.
Hello.
Ahoy, hoy.
Ahoy, hoy.
Dave's. You see him about town. He mows people's lawns.
Sells flowers.
Businesses mostly, right? You mow lawns and sells flowers, and he takes care of himself for the most part, and we all admire that about you, Dave.
Yeah.
And you don't let no moss grow on you either, do you?
No.
He's got places to be. I'm surprised he makes time to come here and help us out with Boner of the Week.
And part of the reason we let Dave do Boner of the Week, or have the honor of Dave picking Boner of the Week, is that he pays attention. He pays more attention to this show than we do. He listens intently to every moment of it. He considers the Boner candidates. He's heard them all week, and now he's ready to make his final decision. You probably have a couple of ideas right now, but you want to hear them all again, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Boner candidate number 1 from Monday. Did no one think that this was somehow wrong? A forced sterilization program. Remember that one?
Oh, yeah.
Eugenics. Now that started back in the early 1900s. The sterilization of people who were feeble-minded or had physical disabilities, and it was thought perfectly permissible to sterilize them, often against their or without telling them that that's what they were doing. It came to the fore in the news this past week because California has agreed to start paying reparations to Californians or surviving Californians who were a part of that program. And it's interesting. They didn't stop doing it until 1979.
79?
Yeah, at least the law was revoked in 1979. Boner candidate number 2 from Tuesday, Rob Schneider, professional moron, anti-vaxxer. He is allegedly an actor. He's supposedly a comedian, but we know for one thing he's really a moron. Boner candidate number 3 was, let's see, from Wednesday, Lego My Glock. Guns are fun. This is the company in Utah, Provo. They sell this kit where you can take your Glock, your 9mm handgun, and put Legos on it to make it look like a toy.
Oh, bad idea.
Really
Very
bad. Really bad.
But not only is it a bad idea because of the danger it presents and the message that it sends, but it's also a bad idea because I believe Lego is suing this company.
Yes, they did send a cease and desist. So,
Boner candidate number 4 from yesterday was racism in Cache County. That's the Black Lives Matter signs on a parking lot up in Logan High School were tampered. Swastikas were put all over it, and so white lives matter and so forth. And then the Boner winner from today, yet more racism here in Utah. We don't want your kind of nooper. So what do you think, Dave? Which one is the worst?
Number 1.
Number one. The eugenics.
There we go.
It's kind of an old. I mean, it's a Boner candidate that's something that was a long time ago, but still. Yeah. Thank you, Dave. That's very well done.
Thank you, Dave. All right. Let's see what.
We have no.
Did we get all our?
That's what I was just going to check. Make sure we
get all of our business taken care of.
Well, listen up, adventure seekers.
What?
Now's your chance to win the X96 Zion Adventure with lodging, meals, and guided mountaineering experience in Zion National Park. Find details and enter online at x96.com. Powered by Nissan. Return to rugged with the all-new 2022 Pathfinder. Shop at nissanusa.com.
Mm. Oh, this is bad.
What's that?
Simone Biles.
Yeah, the gymnast.
She's, we got Tokyo in 1 week.
Yeah,
she's got a bit of an injury.
Oh, Dave's upset now.
Yeah. This is gymnastics superstar Simone Biles revealed that she's dealing with a nagging ankle injury.
Mm.
There's nothing I can do at this point. We don't have time for rest. We don't have time for shots and all that stuff. So, taping it up.
Yeah. So she'll try and compete anyway.
Yep.
Also, just speaking of that, number of people from different Olympic delegations have tested positive and are self-isolating since arriving in Japan for the Olympic Games, which shouldn't be happening, but it's happening.
Well, they had to put it off 1 year already.
We built all this stuff. Everyone's so anxious to get back to normal. I am too.
Well,
but
normal for you, Gina, is not that much anyway. Really, if you think about it, it's not much different than what you're doing now.
Now, is this the Olympics that they're introducing surfing?
I don't know.
They're introducing some new sports this time around.
Let me see.
Yeah, I don't know. Canasta?
I'd watch that.
I don't know. I don't pay that close of attention.
New sports appearing at Tokyo Olympics are karate, skateboarding, sports climbing, and surfing, and baseball. Hasn't baseball been there already?
It has. It's come and gone. I think more than once, maybe.
Oh.
So you were right, Kerry Jackson.
Surfing and skateboarding, those were the ones I was curious about.
Those always seem to be, they have surfing competitions. Well, I guess there are a lot of sports that are like this, but it seems so subjective.
Yeah.
Well, gymnastics is subjective.
The judging.
Well, ice skating subjective. There's lots of horseback equestrian stuff subjective. There's all kinds of subjective.
But there are less subjective elements to some of them. I mean, surfing is just as long as you don't fall off.
I don't know how they will judge that. That's one of the reasons I'm curious. To see what are they judging on? How do they?
But I mean, gymnastics, that you can tell whether somebody completes it. Even a lay person can look and see, well, that landing was kind of a wobbly landing, or you fell off, or you were supposed to do a certain trick that you didn't complete. But
hence the phrase "stick the landing."
Yeah. But surfing, it's just like, well, he didn't fall off, and his hair stayed good.
Points.
Yeah.
All right. Skip, Miriam, fine job today.
Thank you. Katie wasn't here today. You guys really kept everything moving well, and we appreciate that.
Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know I'm a country boy? Don't you know who I am?
I got friends in low places.
Corey is next.